Yes, guys, welcome back, everybody. This is your Liverpool West Ham preview. Savage is here with me today to go through this, guys. We'll go preview this whole game, pick the lineup we think they're going to play, talk about some other little bits that have been in the news this week and that. But Savage, how are you, my friend?
Man, like meat.
You're late.
Do you get to watch that Panorama documentary in the end?
No, I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it on iPlayer.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know a lot of people have watched it and it's just like, what makes me laugh about that whole thing is that as well with UEFA, that they didn't do anything until Real Madrid complained.
Yeah. And like, superpower in it. European superpower.
As soon as Real Madrid complained, they're like, oh, maybe there is something to look at. But no, it's something I'm going to watch tonight. But yeah, it's just never... The city of Liverpool, for some reason, is just hated. It's just... Yeah, the Tories hate them. The UEFA hate a club. It's just... What's the...
As soon as I saw it, man, it reminded me of the Hillsborough documentary. I was like, oh, shambles.
The Hillsborough one is very hard to watch. That's hard to watch now. I mean, that's just...
Bailey, it's just a Panorama documentary. I can't remember what the actual name is, but as soon as you go on BBC iPlayer, it comes up at the beginning now. Anyway,
yeah. Just go on iPlayer. Just search Panorama if you need to. Yeah. It'll be up there. It's a Panorama show. You know what Panorama are like. They get their stuff out quite quick. So Liverpool West Ham, guys. Liverpool West Ham Wednesday night. I believe it's on Amazon, ain't it?
Yeah, every game's on Amazon this week.
Is it all the midweek games are on Amazon?
Yeah, there's two on today. So I'm gonna watch that after this. Wolves and Crystal Palace are playing, and then Nottingham are playing Leeds, I think, or something like that. And then tomorrow the best game on is obviously us, and then Man U Tottenham playing tomorrow as well. Brighton versus Nottingham, that's who it is, and then tomorrow is just us, and then Bournemouth, Southampton, Brentford, Chelsea, Newcastle, Everton, Tottenham versus United, and then Thursday games: Fulham, Villa, Leicester versus Leeds. It was meant to be thingy, innit?
Arsenal game's postponed apparently.
Arsenal Man City is supposed to be tomorrow, but it got postponed.
Oh, right. So. Yeah, because
which means that Man City and Arsenal have more time off than everyone, I think.
Why are Arsenal Man City postponed?
I don't know.
Is there a reason behind it?
I know I don't know. The initial one got postponed because of the Queen's death, I think, and then I don't know why this one's down like that. I have no idea. Arsenal
in
Europa League
on Thursday, ain't they?
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Shambles.
Was that game today? Is that game meant to be today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
No, that's fair enough. I was going to say, if it's meant to be a day, they probably should play it. I'm trying to make Liverpool play two games in 24 hours when we're in different continents.
Yeah, that's Tottenham last year just gave up, didn't they?
Yeah. Tottenham just like, fuck it. We got
Conte said, fuck this.
I don't want no parts. Get out of this.
To be fair to Conte, he made the right decision because they got into the Champions League anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He got the better prize at the end of the day. Arsenal and Europa. That is fair enough then. God, there would have been some tasty. I bet Amazon are like, damn it. That would have been some tasty games this weekend. This midweek.
Exactly.
But Man United Spurs is a big game.
Yeah, and I like it on Amazon. They've got all the gadgets.
Amazon's the best, man. So. Great commentary, everything. Right, before we get on with the preview, I just want to talk about all the stuff that's happening right now. So you got the Jurgen Klopp comments about xenophobia that Man City are saying at the moment that his comments were xenophobic. In that pre-match interview. Have you seen all the newspaper journalists going at Klopp and saying he's disrespectful? He shouldn't be doing what he's doing on the sidelines. He's a bad example to the sport.
Really?
Yeah. They're all going at him.
Oh yeah, there was one on Twitter that I told to shut the fuck up on a tweet.
They're all going at him, all of them, and like he's the only one. Did they not see Pep do it? Pep was shouting and screaming at the ref when he came and look at the VAR. Getting in his face.
I even seen David Moyes. Even David Moyes was backing Klopp. He's like, people need to understand it's the emotion of the game, and he's like, I'm with Klopp on it.
Do we all want to be robots? My wife is calling me. What the fuck? Piss off. Do they want everyone to be robots? We all got to be as our managers all got. I want my manager to show passion. He apologised for his thing to the linesman, but at the end of the day, the linesman sort of deserved it. He was standing right in front of Salah and Silva at the time, and said it weren't a foul. When Bernardo Silva tried to do a float over DDT on Mo Salah, and it's just like
it's ridiculous, bro.
So what do you expect his manager to do? Well, I just sit there, all right, yeah, like that. Just do that. That's what they want. They don't want no passion in football no more. Yes, passion can go over a bit sometimes, overboard sometimes, and you can get a bit out of order with it sometimes. But he's come out and apologised. And now one of the head refs wants Klopp punished indefinitely. I think Tim Walton, Tim Werbert, or whatever his name is.
It's the most ridiculous thing, man.
Is it Tim Walton, the ref? He wants Klopp punished indefinitely. He wants like a 6-game ban for punishment. He thinks it's out of order. He thinks it's proper out of order on the weekend. But they're not. But what they're not saying is that their officials are crap. So again, the officiating they get away with everything, but the players and manager always get the blame.
Yeah, man, they kind of come for Klopp, man, because I watched his press conference earlier and first asked him about them comments, and he was like, "Listen, I tried to explain it as best as I can." And then I seen on newspaper saying, Klopp plays the non-native card, and I'm like, no, he literally said that I tried to clear it up and you didn't listen to me. He said, you ask me questions and then I answer, and then you don't like the answer. And then they asked him about the coin throwing, and he's like, is there anything you can do about it or whatever? And then Klopp was like, what? He's like, no, if there's an idiot, one or two idiots throwing coins, and they should be punished, and they will be punished for it. But that's nothing to do with the rest of the fans. And he's like, just the same as if it was the other way around. And I was like, yeah, because all the Man City fans singing flipping the murder songs and that, and writing on our toilet doors murderers and stuff like that. We're not sitting here saying it's all Man City fans. It's just dickhead people who happen to be Man City fans. There's
like 5 or 6 idiots that are causing issues, and
we got to stop this, man. They have to stop this in football. Fans have to stop it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, of course, in the moment, if it's coming from a certain section and it's Man City fans singing that to us, then yeah, in the moment. But when people go online, you got a responsibility to. You can't be saying that Man City fans are this or Liverpool fans are this. No, it was a fan who's a fan of the club doing that, but that's not for all of us. It's what it is. Yeah, I hate when people do that, man. It puts a bad name on everyone's club, not just Liverpool's. It's stupid. If you're racist outside the game, you're going to be racist in the game, innit? And if you're like one of these scumbags outside the game, you're going to bring it into the game. Like, no South-right person's going to be doing that. So it's kind of silly.
Exactly. It's just... And then the xenophobia thing, I didn't see him say anything that rates as xenophobia to...
I've got the comments in front of me, bro. He didn't say anything bad. I'll read them out.
Read out the comments. Read out the comments.
Cool. Okay. Where's the first part of it? They asked how Liverpool could keep the pace with City. Klopp said, you are not like the answer. Nobody can compete with City in that you have the best team in the world and you put the best striker in the market in that team. No matter what the cost, you just do it. I know City will not like it, but nobody will like it. You have asked the question, but you know the answer. What do Liverpool do? We cannot act like them. It's impossible. There are 3 clubs in the world of football who can do what they want financially. It's legal and everything is fine. So that's the perfect part. He's legal and everything's fine. So he's saying what it is.
Yeah.
And the City bosses believe Klopp's irresponsible words stirred up bad feelings between the 2 clubs. So that's what about Guardiola there.
But telling the truth.
Yeah. Then obviously on top of that, it's about the coins, and it says Liverpool were also furious about vile chants from City fans referencing Hillsborough disaster, and none of this would have happened without Klopp's borderline xenophobic comments. Apparently, so
grown adults decided to hear what Klopp said in a press conference when he just basically said Man City are very rich and they can afford to do what they want. Right, I'll take that as a compliment.
And then you have to sing about
and then I'll go and talk about murdered people at a stadium. How's that? How's Klopp made you do that? because you've got that in your head already. If you're singing about people that died in a massive tragedy, then you're just a scumbag. It's not what Klopp's told you. It's like when people say, I watched Chucky the other day and it made me kill somebody. No, it didn't. You're just a psycho. Watch the film. Yeah. These people.
Because if that's the case, then what's their excuse when they sing the same thing to Man U fans about the plane crash of '58, and they're from the same city, so you can't be blaming Klopp for that's ridiculous. Same when when the bus got attacked, and it's like because Klopp asked for the fans to bring passion, it means that's the reason why the bus got broke. He didn't say destroy the bus.
Unfortunately, they're just idiots that do stupid things. And
mate, it's ridiculous. But this is getting silly.
Yeah,
it's getting silly.
This rivalry is getting proper intense now, ain't it?
I know. Yeah, it's getting like I like it on the football pitch. Everything what was on the pitch, I loved it from both teams. Yeah, but
off the pitch,
when it's off the pitch and you start talking about other stuff, I'm like, it's the most ridiculous thing. I guess that the reason why flipping Greenwood's done what he's done is because of Solskjaer, then, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the equivalent of saying that dumb shit, bro.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
If we're playing that card,
did Mendy get arrested because of Guardiola? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, there you go. And look, Alex Ferguson was the best at this in press conferences. He used to wind everyone up. He used to get in the ref's ear straight away. You know, and what did the press used to do back then? Congratulate him for it. Oh, it's clever.
It's mind games.
Klopp does it. Klopp does it. He's xenophobic and he's disgusting, and he needs to learn his lessons. And needs to be.
I will say one thing, yeah, and it sounds like I'm all defending Klopp, and yeah, to be fair, I will. But anyway, if I've not one time to this day, not once, and I watch every press conference, the first one and the embargo section one every week without fail since Klopp's been there, and not one time I've heard Klopp mention something without being asked a question because he just wants to talk about football.
Yeah.
So they go out the way to ask that question, and yeah, that's their job as a journalist, you can say. But they know what they're doing, and that's why Klopp always sounds like he's wound up because he always starts off by, you know what you're doing, you're trying to get a story. Yeah, and even when he says to them, you're just going to try and turn it into some story what it isn't, they go, no, we're just going to, and then they do. And I see it all the time. That's why I came up before saying on fan channels and that, everyone, if you're not going to watch the press conference, ask somebody who's in the chat or on your channel who's watched the press conference to relay back what he said, because if you read Klopp's comments and the way they write it, they just make it look like he's just reading off all this ridiculousness, and he's not. He's reading that as well. Because he was trying to talk about Ox and Naby and stuff, and they're asking him stupid questions.
Yeah, he's not sitting down. He didn't sit down at that press conference and just went, look, before we start here today, I just need to say a few things. City and he's not doing that. Mate. He sat there talking about the game, what they think about the Man City game. You know, he's trying to get his view on this Man City game. He has massive respect for Pep and the team of Manchester City. And then the question gets asked, and as he says, you don't want me to answer that.
Yeah.
Klopp's just a truthful, passionate person, and he answers it. And the problem is, he's not wrong. And then I've seen today, same people in the press, the people in the Daily Mail and the Telegraph and all that BS newspapers, then coming out on Twitter today and saying Klopp was... And Martin Samuels, that's the one from the Daily Mail today. Martin Samuels...
Is that the one I told to F off on Twitter?
Yeah, Martin Samuels basically saying that Klopp is wrong. You can't do whatever you want because of FFP. And that is bullshit. That is the biggest bull I've ever learned. Man City broke the rules and got done for it. And the only reason they didn't get completely done for it is because UEFA messed up. And if UEFA didn't mess up and actually sent their paperwork in time with all the proof, then they would have been banned from Europe, and then the Premier League would have had to look at them. So
mate, the thing is, we know. When I talk about Man City with Man City fans and all that, I never even bring up their money. I'm just here to talk about the football. But like, once it's already done, even if they bring in certain rules and stuff, the damage is already done on it. Like, you're already a step ahead. It's just what it is. That's why Newcastle fans are pissed off when Man City fans try to say stuff about them, because Man City fans and Chelsea fans got all touchy when Newcastle got their money, and they're like, so because you've changed the rules now, you don't want us to spend our money, but you've done the same thing already.
Yeah.
Because I'm aware, like, I'm not stupid. For Man City to catch, remember, Liverpool is a massive power in football already. Man U were the biggest dons. So if when Man City's money came in, of course they had to spend money to catch up. It would never happen otherwise. So it looked like they were splashing the cash constantly buying all these for Rubinho and all these people and stuff, and Shaw Wright Phillips and that to get it right eventually. And then when they got their team settled, they carried on buying people, and they were spending 50 million on fullbacks and stuff like that. And it's just how the game is, bro. So what Klopp says is not wrong. If Klopp was if he was lying about what was said, they wouldn't get that touchy about it. They'll just take it on the chin, have something swift to say back to him, like become a better manager or become better with your tactics, and move on with it. But because they know it's true, it's getting touchy, and I don't understand why it's affecting them. Because at the end of the day, you've got your 4 Prem titles in 5 years or whatever the fuck it is. You're the most successful team of the last decade. Chelsea was the most successful team before that for the last decade. And listen, there's no coincidence in it. And I rest my case on that. Yes, they've had great managers, great teams and stuff, but all of that is from money in some sort of way. It's not Guardiola's fault. It's not Mourinho's fault. But you can't tell me that he went from being Man U and Arsenal, and then Chelsea get money. They become the most successful team for the decade after they've got the money. And then the next decade after that, Man City become the most successful team. And everyone's going to try and tell me that it's not down to money. It's different parts of it. Paying the manager a lot of money is part of the money. Paying for players is a lot of the money. It is what it is. So just deal with it. You've got your trophies. And on top of that, you have to deal with people talking rubbish about you. It's not going to affect you, fans. You've got all the trophies. We're not taking it away from you. You're the best team. And that's how it is. Best players in one team will be the best team. And Real Madrid's been doing it for years. Barca's been doing it for years. This is what it is. Deal with it.
I think I've seen what people have said, though. Like, the thing is, state-owned clubs like your Man Cities and your Newcastles, clubs like West Ham and Leeds and Liverpools and even your Arsenals and all that, a few years' time, we're going to all be left behind. Like, literally, 100%. Everyone's going, because you won't be able to compete. And when all these journeys say, oh, it's not really true because of FFP don't exist if you're extremely wealthy. If you're extremely wealthy with unlimited funds, FFP don't exist. It really doesn't. And look, City, I remember this Guardiola's second season, he spent 200 million on fullbacks.
Yeah.
That's what Klopp's trying to say. You know, he can't go and spend 200 million on fullbacks because it affects the budget for the following season.
And on top of that, the team that he inherited had already won the league.
Yeah, he can say, and he can say, like, what he's trying to say is, like, if they spent 200 million on fullbacks that season, the following season they can still spend 100 million in midfield, and then blah, 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 blah. And it's not just transfer it's wages.
Wages.
You know, it's wages people are on as well. I mean, we got a high bonus. We have got a higher wage bill, but as a very bonus included. You know.
Yeah, it's incentives, isn't it?
So Man City's basic wage, and there's nothing wrong with it. Look, if I keep saying it, if we had the same sort of owners, we'd probably be the same. But sports washing in football is a major problem, and people seem to be really blind to it. Everyone's just getting at Klopp. I'm seeing teams like West Ham and Tottenham and Arsenal and Leeds and Nottingham Forest and all these fans having a go at Klopp and telling him to shut up. Don't they realise that sports washing is not benefiting them whatsoever? It's a problem. You know,
not at all.
Man City are making up businesses for advertisement's sake to get money off that has no employees.
Yeah, I mean, man.
The people building Real Madrid's new stadium are employed by Man City's owners. I mean,
this is what happens, man. It's this new era of getting information. People get information from Twitter now and don't bother to research. So they'll see a clip. Okay, let's moan at Klopp because he's moaning again. And then I'm just like, well, I don't understand why you think he's moaning, because even when you watch his press conference earlier, when the guy asked him the question, he said, just to let you know, like, I think there's things way more important than life than this. I don't even care. Because he's just talking about it in the football terms. When the Klopp goes home, he doesn't give a shit about Man City's money. And we know that from the kind of person he is. Right. So, like, I don't get why people get touchy, bro. Like, I'm saying it's for the managers of, like, Mourinho and Guardiola, and it's not your fault. You're doing your job. You're the best manager. Stop. Why are you getting touchy about Klopp talking about your owners? He's not talking about you. He didn't say Guardiola's doing this and doing that. It's very weird, bro. It's very weird. I don't understand at all, man. Football's been like this. It's going to get worse as well.
So what Patrick says there. Yeah, they can just afford the best lawyers and just cook every. It's so true. Facts. That's why
Man City fans weren't talking about, like, because their books are nice now. So all of a sudden this season and towards the end of last season transfers, I was like, no, Man City's in positive because blah blah blah. And I'm like, mate, that is the most ridiculous thing ever. That you're talking about it at the end of the journey when you're already six. How many Prems have they got? 6.
Yeah.
What the mate? You're talking about it 6 Premier Leagues in and about I don't know, but FA Cups and League Cups. There's about 10 of them. You're talking about it at the end. It's like, you know what? That's the equivalent of, bro. I'll tell you the truth, bro. This is like a drug dealer buying a restaurant, yeah, and then having the restaurant for 10 years, eventually going legit, and then bigging himself up about it at the end. I'm like, you didn't big yourself up at the beginning because your books weren't straight. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I just got to big up John Conway. John Conway's just gifted out 5 memberships. So
big up, John.
Big up John Conway once again. I have to go on YouTube to see that. For some reason, it don't come up on StreamYard. But yeah, big up.
Didn't show up on StreamYard. Yeah.
Big up John Conway. Thank you very much, my friend. As always, you are a legend. Who's picked him up? I think Jice has picked it. Cav's picked it up. Harv's picked it up. Gary's picked it up. Yeah, of course, has picked it up. There you go, guys, for memberships. And the memberships I'm going to be doing, it's mad. I'm going to be doing the World Cup sticker album on memberships.
Come on.
So I'm going to complete the World Cup sticker book on my membership videos. I'm going to do a membership video every day, open up sticker packets. And I'm also going to do the electronic version as well. If anyone wants to join in with me, then you can do sticker swaps online and stuff like that. So that's big. That's coming to membership soon, guys. Big up Remy in the house as well. Man City's books are good. Trust me. I just have to.
Yeah, but that was my point. That was my point. Nobody was check. My point is, and Jamie, just quote on what I said. I just said it's fine. They're the best team with the best manager. I'm not disputing it. Yeah, but checking the books now compared to checking the books 6-7 years ago. No, come on, man. Let's be smart about this. I'm not even complaining. I really don't give a shit. Name one time when you hear me mention Man City's money in terms of playing football. I don't care because it's happening, and it is what it is. It's just that inflation's happened, so it seems like Man City is doing more than what Man U did back in the day. Man U did the same shit, bro. That's what it is, bro. There's always one team.
It's actually amazing how well we've done to stay with them, and the only team, by the way, does stay with them the last 5 years.
If we never employ Klopp, we'd be screwed, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Cole with the super chat. Who do you think financially is the best run club in the world? And you can't say at Liverpool. I think Ajax. Financially, the best run club.
The problem with that question is, well, it's not a problem to the question. Good question.
Big up Cole. Thank you very much, mate.
It's like, it depends what you mean, because if it's the best run financially with success, it's completely different to being successful and run financially great. Because Ajax is not. It's ran great, but they only win their league, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's easy for them to win. So like, it seemed for their fans, by the way, I'm not disputing it. For them, it's like massive. For Benfica and Porto, and that's massive. But when you're looking at these leagues with 12 teams in it, and I'm like, bro, you're the best team. It's like Celtic's books being perfect. I'm like, yeah, but okay, but it's not as success. It's not as. Benfica. I mean, thingy Bayern Munich do the 50-50 with their fans in it. Yeah, and they win the league every year. So
Benfica,
I don't know, probably Dortmund.
Have you
probably
seen
Dortmund, but
yeah, Dortmund. But have you seen all the players Benfica are bought and sold?
Yep. Same with Dortmund as well. The reason why Dortmund is up there because they sell all their players to their rivals.
Because that's the only way they can't compete.
Yes, of course they're going to be financially perfect. Like, we're running out of money. Sell Donny to Boston to Bayern Munich. This is what it is, bro.
Yeah, they got a good. Benfica and Borussia Dortmund have both got this. They scour the world for the best young talent.
Yeah,
they get him up. They give them the opportunity to play first team football there as well. That's the thing Dortmund do. Like, you play first team football and you get the chance to shine. And then 2 or 3 years later, they make massive profits off these players.
Yeah. Can't lie, though. There is something dodgy. I love Dortmund, but something dodgy going on there as well, bro. I'm telling you, bro. There is, bro, because
probably going to every club.
How are they forget what they're doing before? They are getting the best English young talent to go Dortmund over everywhere else, and then they sell them back for stupid money, bro. There's someone slipping a brown paper bag somewhere, bro. Because I remember when Jude first left Birmingham to go Dortmund, they're just undisclosed fee. They wouldn't say the fee. They wouldn't say it, even if you go and watch the Birmingham City documentary at the end, they don't disclose it. And I'm like, all of a sudden, he's going to be going for 120 million. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
They bought him for like 100 grand. And
how much did they buy Sancho for?
I don't think
it was cheap, isn't it? This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, man.
Cav, if there are links in your Twitter, Cav, if you want to join, and if you're at home yet, anyway.
It's madness, man. But let the record show, man. I really don't care anyway.
Big up, my man. Hope you're doing good, DNA. Hope you're doing good. Big up Panoff as well, Jais. Big up everyone in chat. Don't forget the fun button, guys. Hit the like button. Helps the channel grow. Ajax. I tell you what, there might be a thing who has the best academy ever in football.
Ajax got the best academy.
Barcelona or Ajax. That might be a.
If you go, to be fair, if you go off, I'd say Barcelona. To be fair,
yeah, Ajax though. I mean, they produced every Dutch great ever, didn't they? Yeah. And then Barcelona. Basically, Ajax did it first, and then Johan Cruyff took that to Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah.
And then Barcelona started doing it the Ajax way. That's why Ajax is like Barcelona have got a very. I know they're a Spanish team, but they're not a Spanish team, are they? They're a Catalonian side, don't they? But they are very like a Dutch team, ain't they? Barcelona. They play the Dutch way, and they got very big Dutch roots in their team. I remember once they basically had the whole Netherlands 11 in their squad.
They did, man. I loved Ajax growing up. I did.
Yeah, Ajax 1995 team. Seedorf.
The way Holland, the way the Netherlands used to play football as well. Epic stuff.
Big up, Chaz. Big up. Yeah, beautiful football. Beautiful. Right, guys. So that's what we think of all the Klopp stuff and all that. And it's just, I can tell you right now, if City won the other day, nothing would have come out. So there would have been no talk. It's just because City. I do believe City and Pep Guardiola thought they were turning up to Anfield and actually putting us through the ringer. I literally think that's what they thought. They were literally going to turn up at Anfield on Sunday. Liverpool a dead team. Pep's been saying nice things in the press conferences, but I think secretly they thought they were just going to turn up and wipe the floor with us and make it embarrassing. And I think because we beat them and played the way we did, I think it's actually peed them off a bit and upset them a bit, and they've come a bit. And now they're just the blame. And now it's the blame game because how did we lose? I mean, no one talks about Pep's stupid tactics in that game, do they? But we all talk about Jurgen Klopp getting angry.
I'll just say, man, like, I won't even mention the way Pep did that because it takes away from how good we were, bro.
Yeah,
they weren't shit. We were just better than them.
We were great. We were fantastic.
We were great, bro. We were great, and I think Pep, I told you this. I said this in the preview. Like, Pep knows that he's always bothered by Klopp because what he does is so basic. This time he had to deal with Klopp's different tactics, which he didn't know what he was going to do. And then on top of that, I think he would have thought, like, I always struggle against this team. Unless there's some other circumstance around it, like a red card or whatever, something like that. I struggle against this team, but Haaland will be the X factor in this game because the last few times they've played us, they don't have a striker, even though they had Jesus, but they don't have a striker. So now they got a proper one since Aguero. They're probably thinking, yes, all them chances are going to fall to him, and that's it. And it didn't work for them, bro, because we were first to every ball for the first game this season. All the other games we've been second to the ball.
We were old Liverpool. Old Liverpool.
And you just know when Virgil says he ain't having it, it's a long day for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we turned up at that game. Big up Cole as well with the super chat as well. Ajax won Ajax 4 European Cups to that Dutch. I mean, and a lot of them players that were in the first team all came from their youth team as well. It's just, Ajax are definitely an amazing side. It's just a shame their league's been really, really left behind in the world now. That's the only problem. But no, it's just City played well. Liverpool played well. Liverpool back to their old self, got 3 points. I do think Pep hates us though. I really do. I just want him to come out and admit it. Just admit he don't like Anfield. He don't like Liverpool. He doesn't like Jurgen Klopp. I don't think he can get round his head how Jurgen Klopp's type of football always beats his football.
This is what I said to you in the preview. I said it like
I don't think he can work it out because we know what Pep's like. He's just he's a madman, ain't he? With his like the way he's got that football brain that's 24-hour non-stop. He must be hard to live with. Where Klopp is just like, well, I'm going to play this and do it this way, and then I'm going to go and have a beer and watch a bit of telly. You know,
that's you, man. It's exactly what I've been saying for years, man.
He can't wrap it around his head that it's that simple.
You can look at Liverpool's team normally for him and just see everything we do. And to him, there's no intricacy behind what we do. It's quite simple. So he's just like, I should beat this guy because I'm a better manager. And he's better than Klopp. And he just goes off the back of how good of a footballer he was in the first place. He's really into it. Klopp's like, I'm trying to enjoy life and that. So for one team's got the tactics, and in fact, both teams got tactics. I'm going to be disrespectful to us, but one's more like honed in on the details and stuff, and one is honed in on the details, but they're a bit more like the philosophy side of stuff, where it's like mentality, hard work. For us, it's just like a Klopp and Pep Linders, like get all of that right. Get all of that right, and you've always got a chance because he knows what kind of players we've got. Remember, we had all of that stuff, what I'm saying now. They had that when Klopp first came in. It's just that we didn't have the players to go with it. So we were battering teams like 4-0, but then they'd come back and score 2-3 goals because we didn't have no defense. And once he sorted it out, then you got the mentality and the players to go with it. Pep's not changed the whole time. He's been through Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Man City. He has a certain way of playing, certain style. And Pep's biggest weakness, which is still the best manager, it's himself, bro. He'll second guess himself when he thinks that someone's got the upper hand on him, and then he'll change something slightly, and it didn't work. And I actually think the biggest thing in this game wasn't because I was thinking about the De Bruyne thing, but when I watched the game back, is Thiago didn't leave him alone, which is what I said before the game. Like, just do a Herrera job on him, but
just follow him around.
I think he didn't make any subs, none at all, bro.
He made one. He brought Alvarez on, wasn't it?
Alvarez with how long left? 9 minutes or something. And he did, and I watched him do that in the Champions League as well, bro. It's a weird thing he does. Not the last Champions League, the one before when they had got to the final. It's a weird thing. And then the final, the one before that, they changed everything and didn't play with a striker or something. It's weird, bro. Remember when they got knocked out to Leon in was it Leon? It wasn't it?
Yeah, one time. Yeah,
in COVID.
Leon, Roma, Monaco,
weird,
Liverpool, teams they've been beaten by.
Yeah.
But
very weird, man.
But that's a thing on the whole Klopp stuff at the beginning, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.
I'm backing Klopp all the way. So any of these, I'm not having this, bro. It's our manager.
No, we
can't have these scumbags talking shit about
like we said, we're allowed to criticise him when we think Klopp's not doing good at his job. Doesn't mean we're like he's allowed that, and then he's allowed praise when he's doing good stuff. So. I mean, just get off Klopp's back a bit. The press just need to leave him alone. I don't know. I think I just don't think the English media like Jurgen Klopp because he's too passionate. He's too outspoken. They don't like it. They like everyone being robots and saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, and all that.
Klopp should just do what Fingy done, what Fergie did in the latter stages. He just started sending Carlos Queiroz out there.
Just start banning them and start banning certain people as well.
Yeah. Ban them. Send Carlos Queiroz out there.
Yeah.
I think Klopp did that before when somebody from the Sun tried to speak to him, and he's like, "I don't speak to you, bro."
He got him out because he said you shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, and I think he said one of them said something about Lovren's relationship in the paper, and he was like, "Nah, I heard what you said about Degsy. I'm not talking to you."
Yeah. I think it went at Anfield that time. I think that might be a Champions League game or a FA Cup game. Yeah. I think it was in because there's no way any people from that newspaper can come into our stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
So. I'm sure it was on the neutral ground, but when Klopp realised where he's from, he didn't speak to him, did he? And that's our manager there. That's why I love him.
Did the Peter Drury commentary?
Oh, what for Salah's goal?
Oh, mate.
Why is he not employed by Sky? How does Sky Sports listen to Martin Tyler? How do the producers and whoever owns Sky Sports, whoever runs that shop, listen to Martin Tyler every week and then listen to Peter Drury and think Martin Tyler's the man for the job?
It's terrible.
Peter Drury, I mean, you'd have thought Liverpool just won the World Cup.
It's very weird how Martin Tyler is with that stuff, man. Like, I don't get it because even Gary Neville's fair to us on commentary, bro. Like when we're scoring big goals, Gary Neville doesn't sound disappointed, even though he is inside. But he's very lenient. He's
trying to be neutral, ain't he? He's trying to be neutral.
Neville's good. Neville's actually.
I actually like.
He doesn't even talk shit about us.
No, I like Neville as a pundit and a commentator, and I actually watch Gary Neville's podcast he does after the game on YouTube.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why it's called a podcast though. It's literally just looking at the screen, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's literally not a podcast, bro. But it's in the gantry, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually like it, and I actually like it when I like Neville as a pundit. I didn't like him as a player, obviously. Yeah, but as a pundit, I will say he's a decent pundit. Him and Carragher.
Yeah, I like Neville, man. He talks a lot of sense, bro.
Yeah, him and Carragher together are comedy. They're just. Yeah. I hate Micah Richards. I can't stand Micah Richards. I don't know.
I like Micah when he's on CBS, man.
On Sky Sports. On Sky, man, he's a dead pundit. On CBS with him and Omri and Carragher, with their relationship they have. They just work for each other, and that beautiful piece next to them.
Hey, Kate, come on.
Yeah. Kate Abbo, is it?
Yeah, mate.
Jesus Christ.
She's legendary still.
Right now,
but you're right, man. On Sky Sports, without being disrespectful to him, and that it doesn't look right that he's there because it's always packed of legends in it, and he's like, he can't take the Man City bias though. It bothers him so much. I've seen him after that game at half time when I was trying to ask about decisions and that, and I've seen his face, and I'm like, bro, just take it, man. It is what it is.
You got a good compliment, yeah. The GOAT. I used to think Drifty was hardcore, but this brother Hugo is the real cold.
Big up,
hardcore
bro.
Red. Big up yourself. Look at that. There you go. That's love, mate, right there. That's love.
If Liverpool's still running around as a firm and that, I'd be on that, man. Trust me. Everyone's nice up Liverpool now, but there's no fight tonight, bro. I'll be on that, man.
Right, guys. Let's talk about Liverpool West Ham, guys. Liverpool West Ham. So I'm going through West Ham's start of the season. Obviously, they started the season at home to Man City and gave up a 2-0 win without trying. They then went away to Nottingham Forest and somehow lost 1-0. They then they're now at home in their third game and lost 2-0 to Brighton. Then they went away to Villa and got a 1-0 win. Drew to Spurs 1-0. Then lost to Chelsea 2-1. Then lost to Everton 1-0. Beat Wolves 2-0. Beat Fulham 3-1. And drew 1-1 against Southampton in the last game. So they've got 7 points in the last 3 games, but before that, absolutely woeful. Absolutely. What do you reckon the issue is with West Ham this season so far?
Goal scoring.
Yeah.
He didn't start the season, innit? And then
no,
they're not. To be fair, I say goal scoring. They're not creating enough chances. Because it's not. If you look at the games they play, there's not a lot of goals in them. To be honest, even when they lose games. Best game I've seen them play this season was the Chelsea game, but they lost. They got ripped off in that game, though. I don't know if everyone remembers that. That was the game when I think somebody scored for them in the last minute. He got chalked off, and then Chelsea scored straight after, and it was like a foul or something. So, great goal from Declan Rice at the weekend. I don't know. I remember watching their game against Nottingham, man. They just don't seem to have. I think they're struggling to balance as well now with the. It's not Europa League doing, is it? Is it conference or is Europa League? Conference.
It's Conference League, ain't it?
Because Arsenal and Man using the I think that's starting to take a toll on their squad because they didn't have the greatest depth anyway. No. Last season, obviously, they had to do both, and they nearly got to the final. And then this season again, man, I think they've invested well in what players they've got, but they still could do shoring up across the pitch a bit more. It's a good team though.
This is the team they last put out. Now that was their away game to Southampton on the weekend. So obviously Fabianski in goal. They played a back three of Ben Davies, Cresswell, and is it Caher, the German?
Yeah, it's Ben Johnson, not Ben Davies, isn't it?
No, it's Ben Johnson. It says here.
Yeah, you said Ben Davies.
Did I? Sorry. Yeah. Ben Johnson. I don't know why I said Ben Davies. Then in midfield, they had Kufal, Souček, Emerson, and Declan Rice. And then up front, they have Shamaka, Paqueta, and Jarrod Bowen. So looking at that West Ham team there, their front three could be pretty cold if they all link up. But
yeah, exactly.
Their defence, Johnson, Cresswell, Kerr, midfielder, Kufal, Souček, Emerson, and Rice. Rice just finding a bit of form. Is that the Emerson fella from Chelsea?
Yep.
Italian. Terrible player. And Souček and Kufal. How did Liverpool go about this then? They'd probably go play 3 at the back, I would have thought, against Liverpool at Anfield. Maybe a low block, counter-attacking. looking for set pieces. They got a lot of height in their team, ain't they, West Ham?
They do. I think. I don't think they'll play a full low block. I think they will try something against us. They've got them kind of players, especially Paqueta in the team and stuff like that, trying to pick passes out. And Bowen hasn't hit proper form this season yet, so it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to try to counter attack. We just got to be cognizant of it, and I'll just play exactly the same we did against Man City, and they can't beat us, bro. Because Southampton should have won that game.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I mean, Southampton was actually pretty decent, but this was like, so we say sort of player we did against City. Like, the thing with City gave us gaps in their defence because they come at us. You think West Ham are going to sit a little bit deeper?
Oh yeah, they'll sit a lot deeper than Man City did. Man City were trying to take the piss. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah,
that Man City we're just playing toe to toe with Man City. That's Liverpool Man City games all the time now. It's toe to toe, ain't it? It's whoever bites first, really.
Yeah, they played the highest line though, didn't they?
It was mad. I mean, you can't do that with fella up front. I think
no. It's dangerous, bro.
I think David Moyes is probably going to look at that City game and probably think he's going to think that Salah's going to probably play up top in either a 2 or a 3. That pace is dangerous. He's probably going to look at playing a back 3. It all depends how Liverpool set up, because if he plays a back 3, the problem for West Ham, if they play a back 3, but only Salah's playing up top and Bobby's coming deep, then you got 2 centre backs not marking anyone.
True. And
then that comes a bit of a problem with the wide area. So then he might have to go into a 4 to get get forward in the pitch. Otherwise, they're going to be there to take. I think we win this game. I think it's going to be a difficult match.
I think it's one of the games where we just need to be patient, and I think we will be the better team. I think it will end up. The game will end up like around 3-0-ish, but it'll take a while to get going. I think we'll play well from the start, though. They might just try and stick Schumacher up top on his own, man.
They might play Paqueta a little bit deeper, try and get him on the ball, try and get things going from there. TJ says, haven't been a long time subscriber, Jamie, but you two are a great combo. Thank you very much.
Big up, bro.
And he asks you, are you from coal country like me?
I mean, coal country's black country, and it Dudley, so I don't know. I'm from around the corner, bro. You know what I mean?
I didn't know if I could put that on screen or not. I didn't know what like coal country.
No. It's
Is that an all right saying? Is that an all right saying?
It's Dudley, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't know if that was an all right saying. I was just being careful.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, London. That,
oh, okay.
But yeah, we're around the corner, man. Birmingham, like that. So
there we go. Dudley's in Birmingham, isn't it?
No, it's not. Doesn't count.
Oh, is it not? See, I don't know.
They don't. They just call themselves Dudley. It's just a town, isn't it?
Is it Dudley? So I ever know.
People
from Dudley. They got a really thick accent. People from Dudley, though, ain't they?
Yeah, it changes. The thing is, it changes so quick.
Yeah,
because it kind of merges into Birmingham, but literally you can be 2 minutes away and the accent's completely different.
Yeah, because your Brummie accent's not that, that fit. It's like you've lived elsewhere and come back, sort of thing. If you know.
Yeah, it's only certain words that come out when people know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Whereas we've got the other one where the drag the accent on, and then we've got the Black Country, which is the Black Country accent is what everyone thinks Birmingham is, like Lenny Henry.
Yeah,
everyone assumes that, like, if you're from a different country or a different city somewhere where you haven't been to the Midlands, you just assume that the Black Country accent is Birmingham's accent, which it was back in the day, but no one sounds like that now.
And Lenny Henry from Dudley.
Yeah, that's my point. So he doesn't sound like me.
No. So
that's the point, man. Hey, Lenny Henry's a legend, though. Come on.
I think everyone thinks, the accent you're from Dudley. I think everyone thinks if you're not from there, that's how everyone in Birmingham sounds.
Yeah.
I think that's what they. Yeah.
The funny ones are people from America. They just think everyone from England sounds the same.
Yeah, they don't get it, do they?
They don't get it at all.
How's this tiny little country got so many accents and regions in it? It's a mad. Even in London, there's different London accents.
Yeah.
You got your South, which is me. You got your East, which is more Cockney sounding.
Cockney, in it, yeah.
You got Essex, which is just common as F. Jesus.
You got West London.
West London, which is a bit more higher class.
Yeah, Chelsea.
and you just put a posh voice on when that's not really your accent.
Yeah, it's not really your accent.
You know. Jamie, can you tell the difference between South and North London accents? Yeah. Especially
You
when
can tell the difference.
Especially when you see a North Londoner. Yeah, South Londoners don't say all the letters in the word.
No,
like me. Water.
Yeah.
Like that, and it pees everyone off. Yeah, we don't say all of that. But North Londoners, yeah. North Londoners.
Yeah, Gary's right. Got Derby, Coventry, and Nottingham all sound different.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
And then Fingy's right next to them. Leicester and Cav sounds different, doesn't he?
Yeah. Cav don't even sound like he's from the Midlands. To be fair, does he? I think if we hit our new trio of Bobby, Salah, and Jota, right, we've got to talk about Jota.
We'll not be hitting that combination with Jota.
No, what about my
Leicester?
Cav, you're about. Come on, mate. Unless you're still in the dentist chair. If you're in the dentist chair and you're watching, then come on anyway. Let's see what happens.
And tell your dentist to subscribe as well.
Yeah. Right. I got put off in the same. What was I about to say? Jota, Diogo Jota. So basically, he's missing the World Cup, which is massive.
I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for him.
This ain't a Liverpool thing for a minute. It's just him, a person, missing the World Cup. And
how long has he been back for? 3 games?
About that. He never
came back in the Rangers' first game, innit?
Yeah, and this is what happens when you don't have a pre-season, man.
Flipping heck, man.
This is why pre-season is so important to you as a footballer at the start of the season. Get your fitness levels up, stuff like that. And it was always going to be a struggle for him this season, like I said at the beginning of the season.
Strange injury, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just he really stretched, though, didn't he? I'll see it again on the written. Man, he really stretched. And I think because he got a little tap on the foot as well, it just, when you stretch like that and you get a tap, it just goes up your leg, don't it? And it just, I feel for him.
Normally associate stretches like that with a hamstring, man, but
it's just his calf muscle. Yeah. So he put something up on his Instagram post, I think it was, saying that he's devastated. He's going to miss the World Cup, parts of the season. He's going to have to be on the sidelines. I don't know what it is. If it's a tear 3, grade 3, I think it's 6 months.
Yeah, there's no surgery. I know that much.
Yeah. Is there no surgery?
No, they asked Klopp, and Klopp said there's no surgery.
So maybe it might be a grade 2 then, which would be good. Because our grade 3 is 3 to 6 months. Well, we've got the World Cup now. 5 more games, ain't there, till the World Cup starts?
Yeah. So who's this now? We've had, what was it, Kyle Walker, Reece James, and Jota all missing the World Cup.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all of them, man. Like club stuff aside, man. Because you got to think a little bit different for Reece. Not as much with Kyle Walker, because it's probably going to be his last World Cup. And for Jota, by the time he comes back, he'll be 29 for the next World Cup.
Yeah, that's why he's desperate.
Crazy, isn't it?
He's in the peak of his powers, sort of thing, right now. And he probably would have gone, and he would have been a starter in the World Cup. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great for Portugal.
It would have been starting at a starter 11. Portugal would have got a decent side. Probably would have fancied a good run at the World Cup. It's what professional footballers want to do, man. They want to play in World Cups. Feel bad for him. And then on a Liverpool point of view, look, he's going to probably be out around that 3-month period.
Yeah,
it's a massive shame. Obviously, Luis Diaz.
Klopp said that when he walked past him after the game in the tunnel, and that he said that Jota knew straight away that it was over.
Yeah. Well, if you're torn something, you can feel it, can't you? And your leg, I've torn a muscle in my leg before, and your leg, it changes.
Changes shape.
Yeah, like you see the muscle in your leg has dropped. You can see it's like something's happened. There's and you can push on your leg, and it's like, it's horrible.
It's horrible. If it wasn't this World Cup, he would be back because it would be in the summer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's the thing with the Winter World Cup. So we've got Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz will be back after the World Cup. So that is one thing. So we've got to go 5 games now. I think it's 5 Premier League games, 2 Champions League games. So 7 matches till the World Cup starts. And we've got no Luis Diaz, no Jota on that left-hand side. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to pick our side to play.
Bro, I can't. Living in a world with that team with no Diaz and Jota is crazy, bro.
I know.
I don't know if Liverpool fans have realised what's happened just yet and let that sink in. Remember the problems we had not long ago was all midfield. Everything was midfield. We need a midfielder. Arthur gets injured. Didn't even get to play properly. And now Diaz and of all the people in the squad, bro, flipping heck. Because Jota's he's been dope since he's come back, and Diaz has been our best player. So
it's mad. Right,
we're gonna have to shithouse it to.
We have to try and work this out. That's it. Let's try and work this
Play
out.
James Milner in every game. And
Big
we'll
up
win.
Pat-Man in the chat. Are you doing well, Pat-Man?
Big up Pat-Man.
Obviously, Alisson in goal. There's no question about it. I was saying the other day, Savage, do we actually talk about this man enough? We always going about your Salahs, your Virgils and that a lot.
We give
Alisson enough praise, really.
We do, but it's still not enough because he makes everything look very easy. So you kind of just like, Alisson.
He's just a phenomenal goalkeeper. I said it. I was saying it the other day. That save, and it was really. He made it look really easy, so no one spoke about it. When Gundogan shot that half volley into the floor and bounced in front of him, he saved it like I just passed it back to him at 0 speed. Do you know?
I've always toyed with
so simple,
bro. I've always toyed with who's the best signing on the Klopp and that.
Could be.
And I always used to say Van Dijk, but I don't think it is, bro. I think it's Alisson.
It could be
because
he's only getting better, Alisson. That's the thing.
He's only getting better, and on top of that, the problems we had before Van Dijk and Alisson came in. Yes, it was defense and goalkeeping, but our goalkeeping problems were abnormal for a bit. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to slag off Millionaire too much because I actually liked him, but it got to a stage where the goalkeepers were really affecting our game. Like they were costing us points and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in and changed that completely. And without him, we could, like, I reckon probably, I don't know, but the amount of games we won in the league when we won the league and how far ahead we was, I would argue that if you had to choose between him and Van Dijk, which one do you think you could have probably shithoused your way to a league title and won it by 3 points? You could probably take Van Dijk out more than Alisson. No, Alisson, no party, bro.
Let's put it this way. We lost all our centre-backs and we still finished third in the league because we had Alisson in goal.
And he scored the goal.
Yeah. So...
crazy.
Where would we have finished with no Alisson but Virgil? Because you're saying Adrian in goal for the whole season.
You'd have Adrian in goal and Virgil would have had no partner. So even if Virgil was good, the other side would have been leaky, bro. We had Hendo, Fab. We had everyone back there. Virgil and Reece with... No, I don't even want to bring up Reece Williams, to be fair. I don't want to be disrespectful, but him and Virgil would have been terrible, bro. No, it would have, man, because I remember that one game in the FA Cup when Virgil played and he had him next to him, and I was like, flipping heck, bro, this is... don't know about that.
It is, but yeah, Alisson is just a great... I mean, he's got 5 GA in the Premier League as a goalkeeper. That's like 20 if you're a left winger. It's not normal. And I am never, ever, ever worried when he's in goal. You know, when crosses come in and they pack round him or anything like that, or one-on-ones, I'm almost expecting him to save every one-on-one he has now. It's
kind of ridiculous how many one-on-ones he saves. The only time I've ever been worried about Alisson the whole time he's been at Liverpool is when he used to chill on the ball for too long.
Yeah. He still does it a bit now, but...
Now he finds it funny and he decides to do skill and stuff. But before, I used to have my blood pressure used to go up so... my son would be in the living room just shouting, bro, like, kick the ball away. It got to the point where, like... It bothered me that much that when Kelleher started playing, I was like, I can breathe because he'll just kick it away.
Yeah, Kelleher just like no messing. But no, and I've said as well, and look, I think I'm getting it right now about his distribution as a goalkeeper. I do think it is the best. I think Ederson's is the prettiest. But
yeah, you already know my views on this, man. I think there's not much between them, but I still think Ederson's got better distribution.
I just think Alisson's is more. I think things happen when Alisson's distributions. It's like even if he does a 10-yard throw, he's just what he does with the ball really quickly. You know what I mean? It's just
he's dope. It's not, mate. Listen, I love Alisson, so just one of them.
And look, as a goalkeeper, full round, he's
see Cav's comment, bro.
Better, best keeper in Liverpool history. It's hard to say, isn't it? Because none of us was alive when Ray Clemence played. But if you ask your granddads and stuff like that, Ray Clemence was the don, you know.
Yeah, you go and ask your granddad that, and he'll DDT you, bruv.
Yeah, Ray Clemence was the man. He was better than He's better than Grobbelaar. Because I could say that I was alive for that. He's better than David James.
How come everyone keeps cooking Grealish with this assist thing, man?
Well, Grealish has done it to himself by opening his mouth all the time, ain't he? That's what Grealish has done.
All I'm saying is Almiron started the season and said, Grealish, come outside, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Almiron's been dope all season.
I'd rather have Almiron in my team than Grealish at the moment. So.
I said to my son yesterday, I'm not joking. I don't care if anyone agrees with me. I love Almiron, bro. When I watch it Newcastle play, this geezer is fighting for everything all the time, bro.
He just looks funny, don't he? That's all it is.
Yeah. He looks like he's been.
He looks like a toad. He looks like
he looks like he's had a car crash and had a skin graft to put his face back together. He's got you know them people.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a crime watch. He looks like a crime watch picture, don't he?
Yeah, the drawing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like a sketch artist made him. He does, man.
But I'll there be a moment in Grealish in my team, no doubt about it. But yeah, Alisson is he's just tremendous. Right. What are we doing about right back? We saw Trent come on in the second half, so he looks absolutely fine. James Gomez. James Milner just had one of the best games he's had in a Liverpool shirt in a long time at right back. I don't know if you can play James Milner twice in a few days at his age. I don't know if that's fair to him. But with West Ham's height and the way they are, you know, they could be quite quick on the wings as well. I'm just thinking, is this a game that you just keep Milner at right back for? Keep Gomez centre
so
up?
Hard, man, because like Paqueta's not rapid in it, and that's going to play on the left side. So Trent doesn't have to worry about his pace as such. It's tricky, but he doesn't have to worry about him blitzing him. And Gomez is going to be at centre back, and he was great covering last game. Harvey was great last game as well, covering as well. So I think the way our team's depleted, I know everyone's going to do this. I don't think we have the option to be doing this like he's not on form, so we can't play thing. I don't think we have the option to do it because I love Milner, I do, and no chance. I mean, scientifically, Milner's probably fitter than everyone in the team, but that doesn't really matter, does it? So because he was a hard game for him to play against Man City, and when Bernardo and Foden started doubling up on that side, he had so much to do. So I'll put Trent back in the squad.
I think Trent.
Yeah. And on top of that as well, with Trent, I don't think you want him out for too long, overthinking it himself, man. Because he'll start questioning whether he can do the job himself, and he doesn't need to be doing that. So,
well, Darren's asking who are these two scousers with London accents. Firstly, I'm London and Savage.
Yeah, my accent's definitely not.
He's not London from London. He's like,
and for you don't even have a profile picture, bro. So don't even worry about me.
He's about 120 miles away from London.
Yeah, I'm a distance still.
And like, does it matter? I hate all the fact that you're meant to support where you come from. So every team would be tiny, wouldn't they, in the world? Do you know what I mean? So
this geezer doesn't even know our life, bro. You could have been born in Liverpool and moved away for all I know, bro.
I get this all the time. I get this stuff about, you haven't got an accent for where you're from and all that. So, but then these same people religiously have an NFL team.
Darren, just state what football team you support, and then we'll talk in it.
Like they have an NFL team. Oh, yeah, I support the New England Patriots. Okay, but you're from the UK. You know, how does that work? You know, so but then they'll have a go at you for having a London accent supporting Liverpool. Makes no sense. You want to be Liverpool, one of the biggest teams in the world because everyone around the world supports them. You're allowed. That's why
I asked him to state what team he supports, because whatever team it is, if it's one of the big teams, bro, I'm like, bro, I don't know how you think you paid for your players, but it came from fans, bro, and it didn't just come from the fans in your city because there's not enough. So, you know, I mean, if you want to do that, then take all the foreigners out your team as well, and then see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Plus,
can you imagine if we did that? You could only be in the team if you live in that area as well.
I've been supporting.
We'd have to rob Everton players, and there ain't even much of them.
And I've been supporting Liverpool for like 30 years. I'm 41. That's why I was supporting them when I was 10, watching them religiously. So, and we were shit when I growing up when I was watching them. So it's not like I was glory hunting.
I invested enough money in this team, bro. Man can't tell me not to support anyone, bro.
It's like all these Americans now that got YouTube channels. All of a sudden, Man City supporters.
It's madness, bro.
They didn't even know there was a second club in Manchester 5 years ago. I can guarantee you,
mate. Or just know from the year 2000 to 2011, I had a season ticket, and then after that, I've had every kit. Just shut up, man. I've invested enough in my team, man. You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I don't even bother with these guys anymore, bro.
Big up, Cav. How you doing, Cav?
Evening, guys. Yeah, I'm well. You're all right? Nah, not white. Just routine clean.
Just a routine.
Yeah. All good.
So we're saying Trent back in the team, Cav. You're saying same thing?
No, I would have stuck with Millie, to be honest.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I was thinking Millie as well. I was just wondering if Millie could play 2 games that quick together.
Who we put on the weekend?
Forest away.
Forest.
Saturday. It's the 12:30 game, isn't
it? It's the only question mark around Milner is the fact that it comes after a pretty intense game.
That was my only point as well.
Yeah, no matter how fit you are, you're still 35. Do you know? You know,
and like Trent's been out of form. I know he's been out the team through injury, but he has been out of form, and I just think if Milner's fit enough to play, I would just go with him and just like try and keep that same back four and just make a little bit of a point to Trent that he's got to work hard to get back into the side. But it does come down to his fitness, you know.
I think if the game was next, like there weren't a midweek game, I think Gomez might have started right back again.
You know what? Fuck it, man. I'd do the same thing, you know. Play Millie, and then if anything, he starts to get tired in that, then put Trent on.
Let's do it.
Because I was thinking about playing Millie left wing, you know, like that. But that's my guy, bro.
That might even happen.
I told her the last thing I said to you on that preview, I'd die on the Millie Hill, bro, forever. So it's what it is, man. That's my guy, bro.
The thing
I remember him debuting at 16 and that, and he's a done, man. That's a G, bro. Look what Wayne Rooney looks like, and look what he looks like. Both the same age, bro.
If you take away the fact that it was Milner and just judge it on that right back performance at the weekend, it was brilliant. Like considering who he was up against and like the form of the team and stuff, like he was like exceptional, and people will find it hard to admit because he's got so much slander in recent weeks. People gonna have to do 180s on him, but like he was so good, and like what's really underplayed, like we know that he was good defensively, and that like what he brings to the team in terms of motivation and discipline and leadership, all of them things. But actually, what's a bit underplayed is his passing was quite good as well. It's quite simple, you know. Yeah. At times that he has played right back, and it's been a couple of years now, but he went a period at right back for a while, and his passing down the line was quite good as well. I remember him picking out a few real good through balls, and it was a bit of a shock that it was Milner doing it. He's just a real solid option to play. And like I say, if Trent's not in form, pick the guys that are, you know. So I'd stick with him.
No, I agree. We'll go with Milner. I just want to, Aaron, why have you come at Rooney all of a sudden?
No, it's because of what I just said. It's because I just mentioned Rooney.
Oh, right.
Like when they debuted, and obviously they both debuted at the same age and stuff, and
yeah.
now. But Rooney, one looks like Millie and one looks like Rooney. Rooney looks older than everyone, bro.
Rooney looked old at 18. Rooney looked about 26 when he was 18. You know, he looked old then. Yeah, Rooney looks terrible.
Might be something about smashing them old ladies, man. Might suck the energy out of him. I don't know what's going on, bro. But
Rooney looks like
Rooney looks the same age as his dad.
He looks like he needs a gastric band. Centre back partnerships. Are we going Gomez again, Virgil?
Come on.
Got it.
Come on.
Gomez deserves to keep his place anyway, no matter what.
I hope Gomez went home, saw everything on social media positive about him, and he's just on it now. Take that spot, bro. Don't let Konate come back in the squad. And I mean that from the best possible way. You should be looking at him like, what home is in that, bro? But you ain't coming back in the squad.
Well, Konate's training at the weekend, apparently. Back to training the weekend. Curtis Jones is out again with a minor injury, apparently.
Big cut.
What happened to Curtis Jones?
Klopp didn't say he had an injury in the press conference. He just said that.
Well, he's not injured. He's not training or something, didn't he?
Klopp said that he wasn't ready. he wasn't properly ready when they put him on the bench, but the space was available on the bench. So if anything happened, he could have ran around and stuff like that.
He just needs more training
to get ready. But
he just needs a bit more training.
That confuses me slightly though, because like all pre-season we've seen so many young lads being rolled out, and I know Bajcetic made the bench, but like what about like Mabaya, who played a couple of games at right back, and you know some of these other boys. If Curtis really isn't an option, then I don't see the point in putting him on the bench. Like just give one of the younger lads a go. You know.
Because everyone gets confused then, like who's injured, who's not.
Yeah.
I just don't see the benefit of sticking someone on the bench who's just can't play any minutes. Like I don't see any benefit. I think
he can play. I think he meant, you know, the way what he did with Arthur, where he wasn't like he could come on the pitch and that, but I do get what you mean. Just use it up for another kid, innit? I would.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to get that Jarrell Kwanzaa out of under 23s, bro. Keep telling man about this guy, bro. Man's a beast, bro. He looks like Virgil already.
Have you seen Ben Doak as well?
Yeah, man.
He looks.
I don't know what these kids are eating down there, bro. But the dinner lady's doing a good job, you know, like that.
But that goes back to Ben Doak, especially. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's done really well in the unders groups, but in the unders team, sorry. But like, why not just bring him along? If you've got no other options, why not bring him along and let him experience like a match day experience? You know how to prepare, what the anticipation and the dressing rooms like prior to a big game, and let him learn all that side of it. Bringing Curtis there, who's been there before, who can't play, it's just pointless.
Yeah, I think you might see a Ben Doak on the bench against Derby in the League Cup. You know.
Yeah, the bench should be full of them in the League Cup.
I think you might see players like him in the League Cup and see what they can do. So same goalkeeper, same back four to beat Man City. So what are we doing for the midfield? Are we playing Fabinho and Thiago again? Or are we wrapping them up a little bit and putting Hendo in for one of them? We've got 3 games in a week, ain't we? Played City, West Ham tomorrow, Forest on Saturday afternoon. And then
I think it feels like one of them ones that you can go either way. You can either play the same players and then against Nottingham change it, or do it the opposite way around and give them a rest now and then play. I would. West Ham's physical in it, so I'd probably keep the same team.
Yeah.
If it was Nottingham tonight instead of West Ham, I would have changed it, but that's West Ham's whole game in it. They're proper physical.
Yeah.
And they've got Kofal not playing in it. Kofal and them man are. Yeah, them man are beasts still. Kufal and Souček next to each other, knocking 10 balls out of Carvalho and that. Yeah, man, this is mad still. Intricate play. I don't know if the Thingy's going to be back as well, because Zuma and Dawson didn't play last game, I don't think. But
I think it's the same conversation. I think all of us pick Thiago, don't we? But like the conversation is really Fabinho off the back of the game at the weekend. How sharp and fit is he going to be? You've got Henderson, who played very little minutes. That's probably itching to get back on the starting 11. I would go with Fabinho for consistency, and I thought he had a good game at the weekend. So I hope that now he can pick up a bit of form. But there is a chance that he puts Henderson in because he'll want to keep it fresh. I know it's only one game, but like Jesus Christ, the amount of injuries we've been getting this season, I bet if he's got an opportunity just to put the freshest man in, he probably will.
But it's like the alternative says here, Fabinho and Thiago versus West Ham and Forest are weak as a change then.
Yeah, that was my point.
Yeah, I think
the thing is though, you are right. I feel like I can't see Hendo not playing the game though.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Yeah, I can't picture it.
See,
play Hendo in the Bobby role, man. Just put him up there. You know?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So I picked this formation. We could have gone 4-4-2 or whatever, but it's Harvey Elliott start again.
Yeah, he was on madness, bro. That's my guy.
But where are we playing Harvey? Are we playing him in the camera?
On the right, same position as he played last.
Yeah.
So hang on. So we were playing. What was it? Did we play 4-4-2 weekend or 4-3-3?
We played 4-4-2, didn't we?
Yeah.
Jota on the left, Elliott on the right, Firmino behind Salah.
Then Elliott. Harvey, he had a great game. Must be fair.
He was so good, man. Proper halt up Millie on that right side.
Yeah, and he's got the same job this game as well, because I'm just thinking of their left side, and if they play Cresswell again, he's going to be looking to overlap and cross from that left-hand side. And if Elliott don't go with him, then Milner could find himself 2v1 on occasion. So he's got to make sure that it weren't just a one-off, that defensive performance, that's standard for his games now.
Yeah, it's Cresswell and Paqueta, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen much of Paqueta? Could anyone? Because I'll be honest, I've not. Good. Has he?
Yeah, but it doesn't offer too much pace down that side, so you don't got to worry about that. Been good. He's not been like the way everyone spoke about in the transfer window. He ain't been that good, but he's been.
Oh, everyone acted like everyone missed out on the.
Well, every player Liverpool didn't get. They said, "Oh my God, he's incredible." All right, calm down.
No. So with Jota's injury, with Luis Diaz's injury, who's playing left mid? This is the hardest one.
For me personally, I'd go Carvalho.
Would you have Carvalho and Elliott on the same pitch on the wide areas though?
Yeah, because I know what you're saying. They're two young lads, and like West Ham are physical, and like it's a proper Premier League game, isn't it?
The last physical game Carvalho played was against Everton.
He
got injured, didn't he? I'm just wondering if I might protect him because of that.
But I feel like his role in that game was in midfield, wasn't it? Like more central, whereas this is out on the left. So his instructions are going to be a lot more simpler. You know, if he's out on the left.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends how we set up. We could go 4-3-3 against West Ham. We go 4-3-3 against West Ham, then you're probably looking at Elliott, Thiago, Fabinho and a 3. Then you could play Darwin Nunez on the left wing, can't you? If you're playing 4-3-3. Because Klopp might look at it like that and go back to that formation because of the 2 injuries at left side of Diaz.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It sounds more than likely because Nunez can play off the left wing.
That's it for Uruguay, don't he?
In fact, that's his normal position anyway.
Yeah, he played there for a season for Benfica before he went more central. And for Uruguay right now, he actually plays on the left because Suarez plays through the middle.
Well, you seen, man, that's where he was cooking Man City from. All them runs he was doing was from that left wing. Let's not talk about what happened when he got to the goal, but
glitching in that.
Yeah.
Do you think? I'm just not convinced. I know that he does play there for Uruguay and he played there for Benfica as well out on the left, but I'm just not convinced through what I've seen in him in a Liverpool shirt. Like, I feel like his impact on the left was brilliant at the weekend, but I think that was partly due to the space being there because we were ahead and, you know, tired Man City legs and stuff. I'm not sure if he has the same impact from the start of the game.
I've got one. I've got an answer to this.
What happens if we play 4-3-2-1? Where does everyone fit in then?
Well, I was just about to say there's a certain Oxlade-Chamberlain fit there who used to play left midfield.
Oh, yeah, you already know how I feel about Big Ox, bro. Play him off the left, man. He's a gunman, bro. And he misses his fire.
He's fit again. Do you just put Ox on left side?
How fit is he, though?
He ain't going to start Ox.
Yeah. He ain't going to start. He's going to be on the bench, probably. Though. I'll probably see him on the bench. I honestly think Curtis Jones might have played there if he was fit, you know. Because Curtis likes playing on the left-hand side, don't he? He prefers he drifts out
on his right foot
a lot, don't he? And then he can come in on his right side, can't he? Like that goal he scored against Everton, it was like on that left-hand side. So I do, yeah.
Are we in agreement that we would have picked Curtis had he been available?
Hit the post. My bad. Crystal Palace, man. Just hit the
Me personally, I would have. I would have gone. Curtis on that left side if he was.
I think I would have as well. To be fair, I think if we're playing this way, we can't play Darwin at left mid. 4-3-3 can play left wing because it's an inside forward. But
you know what it is, man. I got a feeling, man. I don't think we're going to play 4-4-2. You know.
No, I think we might play 4-3-3 just because of this issue at left mid.
Yeah, because it's a massive difference between Jota being on the left.
Jota played there for Wolves. Jota played there for Wolves in the left mid position, so he can play there. Luis Diaz is a naturally left-sided footballer. Right? He can play left mid or left wing, so that's why we can play that formation. Darwin Nunez can't play that deep, but he can play as an inside left forward.
I just don't. I don't like the idea of Nunez on the left. I must admit.
I I'm not the biggest fan, but do you know what? I don't think we have a choice.
Does he just do something crazy, play Simi there, and then just puts Nunez up front with Salah?
I said this on Grizzly's show yesterday. You could put Tsimikas at left back and Robbo at left mid.
Nah, he would never do it, but it's an idea.
Or you play Elliott over on the left and you play Trent at right mid and you keep James Milner at right back.
God, it's dilemma, isn't it? But it's not good. These ain't good headaches.
No.
Oh, man.
I think
Nunez is the one player I want playing against West Ham as well.
Yeah, Nunez. I think it will be 4-3-3. I think we just have to.
I agree. I think you.
I mean, you got to remember, like our front three, they interchange anyway, don't they?
This could be Darwin Nunez's chance. No, you're not playing there, Darwin. Jesus. This could be Darwin's chance. You know, he might get a run of games now because we ain't got much choice. He might get a run of games now. And another one who's going to get a run of games.
Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, lads. We're like one forward. If Bobby or Salah gets injured, it's a fucking wrap.
There you go. What do you reckon? That the team to play West Ham?
That is the team, bro. Literally, the only difference I can see in that is probably Hendo playing, but that's the team, bro.
I don't know. I do feel... I know Hendo, but when Harvey Elliott is available, he sort of does play in front of Hendo sometimes.
Unless
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Fab changing with Hendo, not the other way around.
Fab just had a good game. It's the first time I've seen Fab have a good game at ages.
Mate, what does that mean to Klopp, bro? Klopp's too worried about injuries all the time, bro. So
yeah, I mean, it's Thiago the one you might have to worry about for injuries. I think.
It's a good point, Jamie, because like he's played well of late, but he's not been like his stellar best. And I'm not sure if that's just because he's playing 90 minutes as well, is he? He isn't even been pulled off in the past couple of games. So,
well, Fabinho, yeah. I mean, Fabinho came off on Sunday for Henderson, didn't he? Before we scored, but Thiago, I think Harvey will play. I think Harvey will play.
I think I'm just looking at this team now, and I think he might put Trent in, for the creativity. I think he will.
4-3-3, I think he'll play Trent.
I think he'll put Trent in because, like, now you've mentioned Paqueta out on that side with not a lot of pace.
Mm-hmm.
I know Cresswell gets down that side, but I think
also do a little soft. Don't worry about that.
I think that team just lacks a little bit of creativity. I think you almost need a Trent in there.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you could do the subs. We do that as well. So we go on the sub bench. Ox, you reckon Ox will be on the subs bench?
We're doing subs as well now. Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't realise they were down here. I never scrolled that far. Yeah. Let's do subs for a laugh. You reckon Ox will be on the sub bench?
Yeah, I mean he returned to first team training this week, so.
Right. How do you spell his fucking name?
It was there. Oh, you just missed it.
Was it? Did I go past it?
Yeah, scroll down.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Ox. Carvalho.
Carvalho. Areas. Carvalho on the subs bench.
Phillips. Pashesic. Simi.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at
Big nut.
Let's have a look at the team that's available. So
Bobby started against City, isn't
it? Bobby started last year, I think.
Yeah.
Tsimikas on the bench.
Hey guys in the chat, just let us know if you would swap out any of them players because it's a difficult one this week. I must admit, like with that Jota injury, sort of just threw a spanner in the works, ain't it? Like a lot of people are going to have different teams, I think, going into this game.
Yeah, I think this might be one of the hardest to.
What if I got a feeling? What if Carvalho's on the left and Nunez is up top and Firmino's on the bench? That's not what I'm saying I want to do. I'm thinking that's what might happen.
Do you think just then having an option off the bench? Do you think? Because
Bobby will be the option off the bench, isn't it?
Yeah, at the minute you've only got Carvalho, and although to be fair, the best moments he's played for Liverpool is when he's come on, in the latter stages of the game.
So do you want to change what Nunez for?
I was just wondering. It's probably not. It's not for me to change, but I just think.
Yeah,
I can see Nunez starting up top, Bobby being on the bench, and Carvalho starting on the left.
These are our three attackers now because Diaz is out and Jota's out, so we've literally only got three forwards.
Mm.
I think one thing we do with that team is I think it's the strongest team we could put out in terms of matching the physicalness of West Ham.
That's what I was thinking. Because Nunez has to play, man. When we've got corners and stuff like that, or they've got corners and he's trying to defend it now. Kufal and that will just jump all over them. So
Klopp's often said after games as well, where he's talked about why he's put certain players in. He's referred to like the height of the opposition, and in terms of matching that height in both boxes at set pieces and stuff. So that's why he might put Nunez in.
Oh, I didn't even know Klopp said that. I know he said it about Calvin Ramsey.
Yeah, Calvin Ramsey's playing under 21s.
Under 23, yeah.
I didn't know he said that about Ox. I mean, he can still be on the bench. He can still be on the bench, though. I mean, I played Trent in midfield. Kay Gordon. I don't know if Kay Gordon's fit. I really don't.
No, it's still injured. Everyone's waiting for that Trent in midfield thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you got more chance of Trent playing in midfield out of all the fullbacks in Costas and Robbo, to be fair. If you look, I've always said it. I think you can play Trent on the right side of a midfield if you're playing 4-4-2. I think you can play him there.
Depends what team you're playing against, man.
All the position out of all the teams, but then you need a right back playing behind him. But this is an hard one because of the issue of having no Jota. I mean, if Jota was available, I would have gone pretty much the same team that probably beat Man City and having Darwin on the bench.
How the hell's Traore a footballer? Fucking hell.
That's our front three. That's literally the only three forwards we got in this team if you don't count Carvalho as a forward.
Yeah. Yeah, you already know my views on this, man. I understand all that impact off the bench business, but the way our season's been, bro, I just want to get these games sewn up early. Man.
And that's how Klopp might be thinking. We have literally got 5 Premier League games, I think, till the end of till we stop.
Yeah.
And I think Klopp might be just thinking, stuff it. That's just
because he doesn't take any team lightly, but at the same time, let's not pretend that we don't know which teams are weaker. And Nottingham's a weaker team than West Ham.
He might think about playing, Bobby have a rest against Forest and play Carvalho and Darwin and Salah together in a 3 against Forest. And
could be a show.
Bring Ox.
Do you know what he might do? I wouldn't do this, but do you know what he might do? He might play Henderson on the right.
Yeah,
he might take Nunez out of that team. If we took our team now, took Nunez out, replaced him with Henderson, but played Henderson on the right, and
play a 4-4.
And did a 4-4-2 and have Bobby and Salah up front.
Could do that.
Who plays on the left? Elliot. That's the problem. See, it's the left-hand side the whole problem to this whole thing. That's why I think he will play 4-3-3 because it neutralizes it because Darwin can play on the left-hand side of an attack.
This one's hard. This one's really hard.
I think for the upcoming games, man, it's not even I don't even think we're in the stage now where it's like people can moan about Klopp and Pep picking these teams, bro, because the injuries are.
Yeah.
Jota's a massive miss, man. And it's both.
I mean, you could play
Jota and Diaz, both left-sided players, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, you could do it as a 4-2-3-1 and play Carvalho off the left because he's in more of a inside left position there. So
that's where he plays his best. Yeah, off the left.
Then a winger, so you could play it like that. But that's the only other way. You can't go 4-4-2 unless you're playing. I just don't know if Carvalho can play on the left-hand side of 4-4-2. We lose a lot of pace then in wide areas if you play Elliot and Carvalho together in the left and right.
Yeah, but then the thing with this is you're pushing Salah back out wide again, and it won't be by choice, but he will be forced out wide if West Ham go with the back 3. They're going to double up on him, and it's going to push him wide, and you're suddenly going to see Salah having to go by 2-3 players just to get central into the goal scoring opportunities again. That's the only downside with all of this.
It's an awkward one, isn't it? It is. It's the most awkward one. And West Ham are no mugs. I know they've not had a great start of the season like we ain't, but they can turn up and do you.
Oh yeah, they cause problems every fucking season. Then.
And
in fact, West Ham's usually the reason why we don't win the league, bro. Always a game. Them seasons when we finish a point behind City, it's always West Ham we lose to.
This may sound really daft, but James Milner can play at left midfield.
I said this when we started. I said this as soon as we started, bro.
James Milner can
Hammers,
play.
you start Trent and then play Hammers left midfield, bro, and he can play there.
He can play left midfield. He played there earlier in his career, so you can literally put James Milner left midfield. Man's played left back, right back. He can play left midfield. He played there, I think, when he was younger.
Do you know what, Jay? That's a great shout. I think he might do that. You know, play Milner on the left and then have Bobby and Salah up top.
Because I know we're saying like let's just go for it. What we got? No, we need wins, but in theory,
Jeez, Nunez just got deleted. He didn't even get to the bench.
Not me, didn't get it. It's been evaporated. I'll swap these two. Like, oh fuck it. So Salah, Bobby up top, midfielder Fabinho, Thiago, Milner on the left, Elliott on the right, Trent back at right back. Is that what we're saying?
That is some referendum left side, isn't it? Come on.
That's a Sean Dyche team, right? If Sean Dyche ever managed Liverpool, that would be the lineup.
Oh yeah, Sean Dyche would love that. That's my guy still. I like Dyche, man.
I just don't know what this left-hand side is an issue. You know what I mean? Yeah, this left-hand side is an issue because I don't think we sort of played 4-3-3 a little bit in the game against Man City, but a lot of the time it was 4-4-2. But
who knows?
I ain't gonna lie, I love all these players and that, but that doesn't look right, bro. It just looks
it looks shocking, don't it? I've got to get it off my eyes.
I know that even the way the picture is. For some reason, I just got like Bowen running through that gap, even though it's not real.
Right. This never happened. Guys, this never happened, all right? It never happened. It never happened.
Well, flashbacks of that game when the Beatles, bro, and Bowen just kept running through. Like, fuck.
This never happened. Take your off. It never happened. That's right. We could do this. But then who plays on the fucking right-hand side if you play? And then you just play Darwin up top.
You could do, yeah. I mean, that's a bit more saucy, isn't it?
There you go. There you go.
There you go,
guys. There you go, guys. I think that's that looks a little bit better, don't it?
Mm. Swap Fab and Thiago.
To be fair, that actually could be.
Swap Fab and Thiago over different sides, but yeah, apart from that, it's cool.
Yeah, Fab and Thiago. Oh, cool. Yeah. Apart from that, yeah.
Which is the first flipping team we started with, but anyway.
Yeah, Carvalho in there instead of that's it. I think he's like thank God you changed it.
I apologise, boys. I apologise everyone in the chat. It did look a bit, you know what I mean? It looked unhealthy, bro.
We could play a diamond 4-4-2 because we don't have no left-hand sider.
Yeah,
because you could Fabinho in the base, Thiago on the right of it, on the left of it. Sorry, Elliott on the right.
Narrow, it'd be a narrow 4-4-2.
Yeah, Elliott on the right of it, and then Bobby.
That formation on FIFA will leak your goals in all day.
But then you're giving up a lot of width if West Ham play 3 at the back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
I mean, how do we see the game going? You know, do you think West Ham are going to try to sit back and just play the counter?
I think David Moyes watching that game on the weekend will probably think, yeah, we can't. We have to play deep because Salah's in form. You can't give him space. So they're probably going to sit back a little bit far deeper on what Man City played. I think they're going to try and play counter-attacking football and look for set pieces around the box and corners and stuff like that. Because they're a big team as well, aren't they? They've got like 3 or 4 or 5 6'4" players. So I think that's what they do.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think they're going to try and just be defensively solid and then try take their opportunities from set pieces. But I mean, like the thing is, if you go on, you're right when you say you assess the last game. That's how you would set up. If you assess all the games that have gone before that for Liverpool, actually, if you're on the front foot and you're pressing and you target, down Trent's side, then you look like you'd get more joy this season. So, it's interesting, isn't it? But I agree with you. I think he plays a bit rigid, and it's Moisey at the end of the day, isn't it? So.
It's going to be interesting. It definitely is. Oh, Trudon's back. Look, he's got rid of the Brighton badge. He's got rid of that. Is that Del Piero and Ronaldo?
Yeah, Trudon. That doesn't look right, man, without the Brighton badge, no. I'm so used to it, just associating with the Brighton badge.
If you want to laugh,
miss-
watch Lee Gunner on the
easy.
Football Terrace. He thinks Welbeck is a better footballer than Salah. Yeah, I know.
I don't want to call people an idiot for their opinions, but that's stupid, bro.
I watched it. He says Salah ain't world class and he's overrated.
You know, that's the perfect example of people wanting to be famous on YouTube.
It's
bro,
clickbait
saying
and
dumb
people
shit,
trying.
bro.
Yeah, if he thinks
At least use somebody different than Welbeck, bro. Flipping hell.
People just, I don't know what it is about the Salah thing that people just can't get their head around about. He's a world class footballer. They just don't want to
He's
admit
a
it.
donut. I watched Arsenal win like 8 games in a row, or 8 games out of 9 or whatever, and he was still trying to say like, just because he said that Arteta was crap last season, he just can't say anything good about him.
No,
like, bro, just calm down, bro.
He's a 40-year-old man who acts like he's 24. Let's face it.
Weird.
That's the team, guys. What do we think? Right, scores in the chat as well, guys. Scores in the chat. We're doing prediction time now. Get your scores in the chat. It was hard to do this team shit. Usually we just buzz through that, but that was difficult. And it's probably not going to be that when it comes to the game. It'll probably be a diamond 4-4-2, like we just dismissed it. But it could very well be, because I think we have played West Ham a couple of times with a diamond in a 4-4-2. So it could be. But I'm trying to think how we play with no real left-sided footballer.
I mean, the diamond 4-4-2 might be the way to go against the 5-man defence.
You don't need a left-sided midfielder. You just need a central midfielder who plays on the left-hand side. So, like Thiago. So Fabinho will be at the base, Thiago on the left, Elliot on the right, and Fabinho at the tip. Firmino at the tip, sorry. And then Darwin and Salah up top in the 2.
Yeah. Because look, like Salah played up top at the weekend, obviously, but he had that license just to roam wherever he wanted. And at times he
won, isn't it?
Yeah, and at times he sort of found himself out on that right-hand side where we usually see him, but that was by choice, and he was trying to get the ball and trying to create something and link play. But that's the beauty of it in him playing centre forward, is he has that freedom to roam around the pitch and just impact the game where he feels he can, as opposed to just being stuck out on that right-hand side and no real flexibility in his positioning.
So what we're going with the predictions, guys. Got some 1-0s, 2-0s, 3-1s in the chat, 4-2s, 3-0s.
2-0.
Cav?
I'm torn between giving my actual score prediction or going with the loss again, because last time I predicted 1 loss this season and we won the game. So
when you prediction 4-1.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna be real. I need to get out of this freaking superstitious mind. I'm Pep Guardiola myself out. I'm psyching myself out of these things. I think it'll be 2-0 as well to Liverpool.
Come on.
2-0.
I think we'll just keep the discipline from the last game, man. I think the players ain't stupid. They know what works for them. So
yeah,
I must admit, I do fear West Ham though. I do every season. I know they've not been in great form this season so far, but
I'm with you, bro. Out of everyone in the league, when people pick, that's the team, man. I'd rather play Man U than West Ham.
You know what you got to get from West Ham. They're a physical team, and we do sometimes struggle against physicality. Sometimes,
yeah.
And
with Suchek,
I don't know if Antonio's available though. So if Antonio ain't available, that's because he always turns into.
He ain't been starting anyway though. Because Schumacher's been starting, and he'll be on the bench even if he's available. So, but he's a problem normally if he's playing.
I'm going 3-0. I think we'll win comfortably.
Yeah, I do worry about. I know they've not Suchek especially has not played particularly well this season, but like Suchek and Rice in front of that probably 5-man defense, it's just gonna be real hard to break down. You know, you're gonna have to do something special. Which don't get me wrong, you know, the likes of Trent and Salah and stuff are capable of doing. I do just fear that the game might sort of stagnate a little bit, and we kind of feel like we're hitting a brick wall.
That's why we might play with this double pivot, you know, because if they're playing that deep, it's going to give Thiago a lot more room to be creative because he's coming from a deeper area, so he's not going to be pressed. So he's going to have a lot more time on the ball to be more creative than he could be, say, against Man City, because he was being continuously pressed. So that might actually help us. You know, you're having that Thiago with his creativity that can get around people. You know, even if there's a low block. Carvalho, skillful little player, can find gaps in the defence. Darwin's a bully. No, what people say about Darwin, what I will say about him, I know he didn't do anything like tremendous against Man City. But that man came on and within 5 minutes had 3 chances. He does put himself about.
Yeah, he made them all himself as well. He was on one.
Yeah, he does put himself about and create things. He's strong. He's quick. We know he don't mind getting in someone's face. And, you know...
He looked like he sniffed something before he came on the pitch.
Yeah, you know, Sherbet.
I feel like tomorrow's game is the game where if he gets a chance, he's got to take it because, like I say, I think breaking West Ham down is going to be really difficult, and he will get chances. He always gets chances.
Yeah, it makes chances for himself, no doubt, but he don't take them. That's the problem.
Yeah, I need him to take one, and like the first goal in this game, I think is going to be so important. If Liverpool get it. Like, it's one of them games you could see them just rolling out like four goals or whatever. But if West Ham get that first goal, it might be a long evening, you know.
I want that goal early from Osman. I need it.
I think we score early.
First 20 minutes.
I think that Anfield crowd is going to be on fire like they were against the City game.
Yeah, I think so
what
too.
They did to City. It's basically the same crowd, ain't it? So
yeah, it's under the lights again, isn't it? So
they're going to be electric, and I think the players are just going to be pumped. Look, they beat Rangers 7-1. They've gone and beat Man City 1-0. So players are sort of looking like they're coming into form a little bit. Salah's flying. I think we come out there, we just go for it from the off, get an early goal and settle in. I think that's what's going to happen. I've got a new dating agency in my thing. Jesus Christ!
Come on. 69 girls.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
This Elise and Eze are so good, man.
Yeah, what's the goal score in the other games?
It's 0-0. They're cancelling each other out, but it's all most of it's Elise with the ball.
Yeah, Elise beat Arsenal next year.
I didn't manage to catch Klopp's press conference today, but did he talk about Matip or Konate and whether
Konate train the weekend?
Yeah, and he said Matip stood a few weeks away.
Okay, yeah. So neither of them are options for this game.
No.
And Calvin Ramsey's ready to play under 21 football, apparently.
Yeah. I think I've seen him say that, and I've seen him say Konate is probably 10 days away.
Yeah,
is it? So
okay. So they'll all be back soon. It's just irritating, ain't it? It's just
frustrating because every time we get injuries, they're always to the same position. You know, with Diaz and Jota now, like. It's frustrating, isn't it? Like, and I think this is the thing. We say to rival fans who've got injury issues. I think they just think the numbers, but actually, we're always being hammered. Like a couple of years back, it was all the centre backs. Now it's all the midfielders, and now it's all our left forwards. I mean, it just really hampers your team because, like, your starting 11 always then has like a so-called weaker option there, doesn't it? Because you know, the first choice is out, and then the second choice is out. It's like,
I was excited for Jota to play this game as well because I just thought that we normally play better when these games are close together for us. Probably not best for our fitness and that because you need a rest on it, recovery and that. But normally when our games are this close to each other, we just keep rolling over results. Then all our best seasons have been like that when we've got the midweek game and then the weekend game. But confidence is building, man, and it's at Anfield, another win there. And things start to look a little bit different, and we just take it game by game, man. And I don't mind doing that, to be honest. Keeps us a bit more level-headed.
The sad thing is as well, Jota's been excellent since he came back as well.
He's been dope.
Yeah.
He's just been getting better and better. That performance he put in against Man City on the weekend was first class, absolutely first class. People will look at his stats and go, "Oh, what did he do?" and all that. It's just watch the game, man. The man was fantastic, and. I feel bad for him, especially missing the World Cup. The World Cup for him. Every player wants to play that. And as me and Savage said earlier, he's in the first team for Portugal. So,
it's probably, you could argue he's probably their most important player. I mean, this guy for Portugal, trust me, he's the guy. Like, I know they've got big players in there, Cancelo, Ronaldo, Fernandes.
Jota's the guy, man.
Star-studded 11, but Jota is the guy for them, trust me.
Ronaldo says about Jota, though. He says he's the next
you can tell him.
Portuguese to take his mantle sort of thing, like when he retires. If Ronaldo ever retires, that is.
It's such a difficult player to describe, but he's just so effective. You know, in the game, like he's always in the game. He's always up for a fight. He's always either really good going forward, dribbling, or defensively, or he gets a goal. You know, as we've seen since he come back, he gets assists, but you can never quite describe him as a player. He's a bit like I just describe him as effective. He's just the guy you want in the team. You know, you just fit him anywhere because he's just so good. Jack of his trades, really, isn't he?
We got thingy for the Ballon d'Or yesterday as well. Was it thingy Benzema deserved it, man?
Yeah, Benzema got Ballon d'Or, and
his suit was dope as well. Man had a 2-pack suit on and that. Come on,
I've seen that.
Oh, goal!
I just don't know if he was the best player in the world.
Traore header. Flipping out.
I think I just don't know if he was the best player in the world.
Who, Benzema?
Yeah, I'm just.
It's not cool, bro.
I'm still not.
Who was better than him?
I don't think anyone was that great. This is my problem,
bro. Did you see? Bro, go and look at his record in the league and then look at his Champions League record. That Champions League run alone for Benzema should have got him.
Yeah, he dragged them. He really dragged them.
Oh,
I know Rodrigo got a couple of goals, and
he deserves the award. I just don't. What I'm saying basically is, he deserves the award to win, but I just don't think he's.
He doesn't have the same impact as previous winners.
He's not that player, the world player of the year, if you know what I sort of mean. It's
like when Messi and Ronaldo have always won theirs, you thought, because they are the greats.
Hold on. When Messi won and Virgil came second, Messi was not that great that year, bro.
No, Virgil should have been world player of the year. That's what I'm trying to say. They gave it to Benzema because he plays for Real. If Virgil played for Real Madrid and had the season he had at Liverpool, Virgil would have won the Ballon d'Or that year. That's basically what it is. Because I don't think Benzema had a bet. He had a
Benzema knocked all the English teams out of the Champions League last year, bro. All of us.
He had the better into the season than Mo, I suppose. But Mo at the
beginning, knocked us all out, bro.
Mo at the beginning of the season was just different class.
What's the problem is when people say Mo was the best player in the world early in the season. I don't know if you lot watching the league. Benzema was already playing great.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
he wasn't as good as Mo, but he played like that all season.
Yeah. It's just, I'm used to seeing world player of the years being just elite footballers. I just don't think Benzema's an elite footballer. I think he's a world class footballer, but elite is just.
Do you think it's because he's been around for quite a while that we kind of just take it for granted?
No, he deserves it. Look,
if he was like 22 and burst on the scene last year and had that kind of season, would be thinking he's incredible, wouldn't we? Putting him up there.
And then I'd go, why Lewandowski ever won it?
Because of COVID.
But he should have won it even before that. The man was the man was doing things Benzema did last season for like years. So
but Messi and Ronaldo won it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm saying. The knock off in players' terms have come down a bit more, if you know what I mean. It's always going
to come down from Messi, Ronaldo. But to be fair to Benzema,
everyone's more level now.
It ain't his fault. They're just getting older, innit? And to be when Modric won it, he probably didn't deserve it. He was great, and obviously it's because of the World Cup semi-final, but he weren't the best in the world.
Yeah, it's like Mane coming second was a joke. You know, Mane had a terrible start to last season. Salah had a tremendous season, and Mane had a good end of the season.
I said this while he was playing for Liverpool still, because I mean I know how that thing works, innit? And it's just because he won the African Cup of Nations. I was like, well, if Liverpool win the Champions League, Mane's gonna win that 100%. It's like Courtois got the goalkeeper one, but he wasn't better than Alisson last season. No. It's just that they won the Champions League in that game. Which fair enough.
The whole thing that a farce came down to that man.
I swear he was complaining about the thingy though, like the actual Ballon d'Or. It was like he won the Puskas trophy, and then he was still saying like how no goalkeeper's ever going to win the Ballon d'Or, but he's pissed about it, bro. Like he wanted it. He's like, there's not much more I can do. I was like, all right, calm down, bro.
It's true, mate. Goalkeeper. I think Oliver Kahn was the closest ever, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a chip on his shoulder though, didn't he? Courtois last season, he was pissed, man.
Well, he does now. Like he had
a problem with England, and he was like, "They disrespect to me in England." I'm like, "Yeah, Chelsea fans did disrespect you too, but that weren't the rest of us. Calm down, man."
He said something like, "What I did last season, you couldn't top in a season for a goalkeeper." Yeah. I was like, "Well, I suppose they did. They won the league as well, didn't they? They did a double."
Yeah. Well, he had a great year. No, he had a great year.
Man City winning the team of the year.
Let's not pretend like Keylor Navas didn't do that 3 times in a row already.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Man City winning team of the year. Is that the biggest joke ever? And the bigger joke is that Real Madrid finished third after winning the league and Champions League double.
They just had to get them in on it.
It's because it's FIFA. Ballon d'Or's a FIFA run tournament, ain't it? And they're sticking it to UEFA basically, ain't they? Sticking it to UEFA, saying like, we ain't putting your. Madrid should have been number one. Let's face it. And we were two, and I feel a bit disgusted that we were two above Real Madrid. I mean,
we played every single game possible last season.
I think we should have been two, but Real Madrid should have been one, and Man City should have been third.
Okay. I'll go along with that. I mean, Real Madrid did win their league and the Champions League. I mean,
I don't understand how Real Madrid were third. Yeah. It's stupid.
Is it Copa del Rey? They must have not won the Copa del Rey then.
No,
they won the two biggest trophies in the world.
Yeah.
Their league
they won the two biggest ones.
It's Man City. Nah, I'm not having it, man.
It is weird.
Man City won their league and then knocked out the team that were the world. Oh, it's just it's madness. How Real Madrid.
Yeah,
I knew it, man. I was just checking Benzema's record for the. I knew he had some crazy record in Champions League last season. 15 goals in 12 games and 2 assists.
Yeah,
and in the league, 27 goals in 32 games and 12 assists. Yes,
they're mad.
He had a great year. There's no doubt about it. But that's what I'm saying. I look at that and think, why ain't Lewandowski won it then? Because Lewandowski stats every year are mad.
Now, but you're not getting what I'm saying, Jay. The Messi and Ronaldo have been there, innit? That's why. So now they're not. The one season they're not there. Lewandowski didn't play better than him.
At this moment in time, Messi's winning it next year.
Yeah, I think Champions League is going to be interesting because we've got the World Cup this year. Whoever wins the World Cup, whatever players in that team, that's where it's going, innit?
Yeah,
well, what's going to happen? Because if one is the regular big team,
Neymar
like France,
if Brazil win the World Cup, is Neymar finally go win the Ballon d'Or? What is all he wanted?
Yeah, it's be interesting, won't it?
Because he's the only one you gotta give it to in that Brazilian team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of mad that you can even decide that before, but it's true.
It's mad how he's probably going to end his career having not won a Ballon d'Or. Because I mean, this kid was one of the biggest talents.
Well, it's his own fault though. He shouldn't have gone to PSG.
Yeah, it went.
He wanted to go straight back to Barcelona, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't. People in the chat will tell me more what his best season was, but for me, that year that he played up top with Suarez and Messi, and they went on to win the Champions League, he was incredible. Like
that front three is illegal.
Honestly, I was watching games. He's skinning people, like it's going by 3 or 4 players, but not like just dribbling, just doing some mad skills and stuff. It's just, this guy was ridiculous. I think it's one of football's biggest shames, really, that he kind of went to PSG and then like all the off-field stuff and whatever. If he could have just kept his head down and concentrated on pure football and made the right moves. Yeah, he could have been talking about one of the greats.
And he's playing really well now because Messi's there. They're good friends, ain't they?
Both trying to boot out Mbappe, though, aren't they? So.
Yeah, they want Mbappe gone, don't they? Right, we got together. Like Neymar's a bitch, though, ain't he? Yeah, I'm your mate, Killian. Don't worry about Messi's here now. You can piss off.
It's crazy.
Mbappe's a weird fella, though, ain't he?
don't get started.
I told you, man. Something we don't know.
We'll lose this
Mbappe,
show as well if we go on.
Mbappe's a weird
we're just saying, man. We're just saying nothing else, but there's something we don't know about that guy, bro. Did you see how pissed he looked at the Ballon d'Or, bro?
Yeah. And did you see Tim? Is it Tim Sherwood on TalkSport today talking about him?
Yeah,
nothing. There's something not quite clicking with him.
I can't lie either. Yeah, I watched this closely. When Zidane ran out, Benzema won. Bro, Mane's clap was so like he was like, and then put his hands back down and looked at the floor.
Yeah,
I think Mane thought he was winning it, didn't he?
I think
he's just shy. He's
such
a shy character, isn't it?
I think Mane. I think that Mane is a good guy, yeah, but I think inside he is a professional, like all professional. I want to be a winner. Yeah. And
but they know they're not going to win before they get there.
Yeah, but I'm sure, I don't know. He thought, I won the African Cup of Nations. I went to the World Cup with it. I've done all this.
Because they had a whole video package ready for Benzema with Mourinho and that talking on it. Then it's bro.
I don't
know. Benzema somehow got his he got his missus and his son's mum in the same building. That's bro. And have you seen that?
yeah.
Jesus, bro. This geezer deserves a Ballon d'Or just for that, bro. Like, I don't know. What kind of track record is that, bro? This geezer's a bad bro. Everyone forgets that he used to be a questionable guy, Benzema. You know what I mean? Remember why he's banned from the French squad? There's some blackmailing going on and a sex tape involved. That's all I'm saying. But he found God, and ever since he's been a great footballer. So, hey,
well, he's been a great footballer ever since they got rid of the selfish Ronaldo, so he could actually play his game. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was so unselfish for Ronaldo. Like
Ronaldo would. This is the thing I don't like about Ronaldo, and this has always been my problem with the comparison between him and Messi. Ronaldo needs everyone else in the team to underperform so he looks better.
That's not true.
Where Messi elevates everyone else around him, in my opinion.
No, like, the thing is,
if Messi played with Benzema wouldn't have had them seasons under like he did Ronaldo, where he had to be Ronaldo's feeder to make Ronaldo look good.
Jay, when Ronaldo was at the peak of his powers, he didn't care. He didn't care. Everyone might as well sacrifice themselves for him. He was that cool.
I agree with what you're saying about Ronaldo since he got to Juve till now. But anytime before that, bro,
that's my problem with Ronaldo. I just don't.
He was on it, bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of them things, isn't it? When you know the geezer in the team's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
They ain't complaining. They won 4 Champions Leagues, so
they're not complaining about it. But
you know what I mean, because I gotta say the raising the game thing as well. I don't think Messi's the only one at that team who raises the game, because trust me, Iniesta and Xavi were doing bits behind Messi for him to get them goals as well.
He needed him as well, but that's why I just.
But Ronaldo just likes applaud this.
I just don't. That's why Ronaldo's not even in my top 10 of all time. He's nowhere near it.
No, don't start this again, please.
It's true. I don't think he's anywhere near it. Nowhere near it.
Jay, please don't start this again. Please
nowhere
don't.
near it. I think there's easily 10 more technical, better players than Ronaldo in the history of football. But
to be fair to Jamie, like I don't think saying he's not in your top 10 is a wild statement when you think of how many thousands of players there's been.
Great, don't get me wrong.
I think there's a top 10. You'll know what I'm saying, innit? There's top 10 footballers, and then there's your top 10, innit?
Yeah, of course.
And I think if you're just talking about the top 10 footballers, Ronaldo has to be in there. It's almost impossible not to put him in, because he's done absolutely everything apart from win the World Cup. He's broke nearly every record. It's only him and Messi who have all of them.
Yeah.
But if he's talking about your own, your own top 10, it's completely
my own
different.
Top 10. Exactly. If you're going like purely on a thing, like Ronaldo's a great. I've never said he ain't.
Do you have a top 10, Kev?
He's an elite footballer, but not in my top 10.
I mean, not written down, but Ronaldo would be in there, yeah.
Because Gerrard's in my top 10, but if I go and speak to anyone who's not a Liverpool fan, they won't have him in there.
I think it might be an age thing as well.
Nah, this thing, come on, guys.
The older you are, I think
the past decade.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo's in my top 10, but I'm just saying, I've got Gerrard in my top 10, but if I go and speak to anyone who's not a Liverpool fan, they'll be like, nah, he's great, but he's not in the top 10. They'll put Scholes in there or someone like that, and they won't put Gerrard in there. But that's the one, and that's the one guy that I watch more than anyone. But when you think of the teams, Cristiano Ronaldo's in my top 10, bro. Especially there's a Ronaldo that I prefer though. Who?
Robin.
No. Of all time? No. Because I promise you, bro, it's all right saying Robin and that now until you realise what players you leave out when you make a top 10. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, when they have top 10s, they don't have any defenders in there. No, they just start picking attackers and midfielders and that. When you put defenders in there, they're gonna take up at least 2 or 3 spots at least.
Paleo Maldini's in my top 10 of all time.
And then you've got the midfield. No one's gonna put a goalkeeper in there, even though there probably should be one in there somewhere. But no one's gonna put him in there.
In my top 10 of all time.
But
this is what I'm saying.
Some off the top of my head that's definitely gonna be in there.
Ronaldo just can't get in my top 10. I only go on players that I've ever watched play as well. I'm not going to go on players. I'm not going to put Johan Cruyff in my top 10 when I've never seen him play. You know what I mean? It's that's just a madness. But I've watched a lot of these players play, and Maldini's my favourite ever defender. Buffon's my favourite ever goalkeeper, and they get in my top 10 for me. And that's all right. And straight away, we've only got 8 left. Messi gets in there.
Yeah, you might have to sack off the Brazilians to get, because my top 10's got bare Brazilians.
Ronaldinho,
Ronaldinho
gets
come
in there.
on, that's my guy,
Ronaldo
bro.
gets in there. R9 gets in there. So I ain't really got much room left.
Mm.
They're all better footballers than Ronaldo, by the way. So
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Just off the top, you do Messi, Ronaldo, Zidane, Iniesta, Gerrard, Ronaldinho. Yeah, get sticky, bro, because I'm already got to 7, bro, and it's over.
Ronaldinho, right? So Zidane gets in because Zidane's the best midfielder I've ever seen. Him and Iniesta are my 2 favourite ever midfielders, apart from
Fun
Steve.
fact, all the people I just said, I've seen them all live, bro, close up.
Yeah.
Suarez gets in there.
I'd have racist, bro. Can't get in my top 10, bro.
No, I can't stand Fabrizio's point of view. But
nah, bro. Don't look at me like that. My ancestors won't have it, bro.
No, I can't. I would have.
Nah, he's dope though. He's dope.
I would have Suarez over Ronaldo in my top 10.
R9.
No, the pony one. Yeah. I'd have him. Yeah, I'd have Suarez because, in my opinion, he's the best striker of the last year.
Henry's in my top 10 as well. So
and Omri, yeah, there you go. So where do I put Ronaldo in?
It's quite easy for me, because I'll just go through all the leagues.
I'm of them and come against Estonia.
You just end up going through most of the leagues that I watch playing football, and if I just pick the best players that I liked out of them leagues, they're normally in my top 10, innit? So there's people on the fringes and that, people who played good for a certain amount of seasons. You know what I mean? But
so and how you do this, you go around everyone's top 10s and you average it. So that'd be my top 10. So I'm a little older than you, Cav. So
there's I can guarantee you there's 5 people.
Yeah,
there's 5 players that are definitely going to be in everyone's top 10.
And then my dad's
100%.
My dad's top 10 will probably have more players I've never watched before that he'd have in. Then his dad.
Beckenbauer and them, man.
Yeah, his dad will probably have Johan Cruyff and stuff like that. And then you come to a thing where you can make a top 10 from the average of all.
Man, you can just use Spain. You can just use Spain from 2010 to 2014. Bro. That's
So that's what I'm saying. But I think Messi is more like that generational thing where he's seen by every generation.
Messi's better than Maradona as well, by the way. Anyone who wants to argue with me, come. I'll argue with everyone.
I think Messi. My dad, who has seen more world-class elite footballers than I have, because he's older.
Like, your dad's seen Socrates and them, man, innit? Ballers and that, bro.
He puts Messi for one, you know. I think it's just that thing that Messi is more generational in that kind of thing. So that's why I think it'd be a number 1.
I thought I've ever heard, when I just speaking to people, all ages and that. Actually, not all ages, but just speaking to people online. Messi, R9, Cristiano, Maradona, Zidane are in there. They're in everyone's list.
Yeah.
And there is a case where young people just put Maradona in there because they feel like I have to. And people used to put Pele in there, but I'm not having it.
Pele scored against Farmers.
Great. Probably, if you want to do the greatest international players of all time, Pele's in there, probably number 1 or 2. But when it comes to everything else, I'm not having New York Cosmos, bro. I'm just not having it.
No. And in the 60s, people grew up.
I'm playing against Carpenters and that, bro, on a weekend. I'm not having it.
My granddad would have grown up watching George Best, and he could probably say that is the best footballer he's ever seen.
Don't make me make the comment again, Jay. Don't make me make that comment.
I'm saying a lot of people have gone like, so depending on how old you are, if you're in your 70s, you go, oh man, George Best. There was not a better footballer alive.
That alcoholic ain't in my top 50, bro. Never mind anything else.
So top 10 for the greatest ever is So it's always going to be different to everybody, ain't it? Because it's who you so, but I think a top 3, a top 5. If you asked everyone,
top 3 must be the coldest.
Top 3 will probably be Messi, Maradona. Who would be the third one?
I think
top 3 or your top 3.
No, if it was everyone's like top 3, like everyone.
It's going to be Messi, Maradona, and R9.
Yeah, I think that.
And you can argue that some people might put Zidane there instead, but I reckon if you went around, they would end up there. Messi's definitely going to end up there.
Nah, do you know when you say everyone, right? What do we mean by everyone? Because I think if you do every football fan in the world, I think CR7 gets in there.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think CR7's as what I'm trying to say is I don't think CR7's as generational as a Messi is. This is what I'm trying to say. So if you ask a 60-year-old,
he is.
I think they might still put Messi.
Never.
I think they might put
Close,
Messi
my
number
bad.
one still after over Ronaldo, because what they would say is they've seen players like Cruyff who they would say is better than Ronaldo. Do you see what I mean?
There is a point to what Cav said though, because this man has more Instagram followers than anyone on the planet, bro.
All them
And,
Instagram followers are 14-year-old boys and 6-year-old girls.
Yeah, but you
No,
can't discount.
we
you can't
can't act
discount
like
their,
he's not just dominated for a decade.
I'm not
No,
saying
no.
that,
I'm with you, Cav.
Cruyff
We
is
can't.
a better footballer than Cristiano
If we're not gonna
Ronaldo.
if we're not gonna discount 70-year-olds' comments, you can't discount 14-year-olds and that, because they still enjoy football.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
and they will say that, because what year we're looking at? He left Man U in 2008. My son was born in 2008. He's 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you ask my son just over that period, he'll have Ronaldo in there as well. He'll be in there somewhere as well.
You got Zico as well. You got
We've actually never seen anything like Messi and Ronaldo at that level.
We've never seen it in our generation, but then other generations would say they saw it with George Best. Other generations they would say it was Johan Cruyff. But
then man are going to say I've never seen Johan Cruyff score 700 goals.
But then 100 of these goals come against Estonia. That's what people.
You can't. I'm going to sound like a Ronaldo fanboy here, but the amount of goals he scored, games played.
I'm with you, bro.
Trophies.
Yeah.
When he was at his peak as well, he was unstoppable.
Because them international
you see Ronaldo
goals
on the team sheet, you knew it was a wrap. Like, we can't play down.
If you take out his international goal, it's still scored. Remember, the 700 goals are league goals. That's what he done for Man U the other day. They're not against bums. They're against Premier League, Italian League, and the Liga. And you can't say it's not, because then Messi stayed in one league and done it all as well. So then that argument doesn't even work.
Then you can say the argument about Maradona is that he took a Napoli team that was nothing team, and won back-to-back league titles in UEFA Cup on his back. And
which is what we would say about Gerrard.
And no one's ever done that sort of thing. Basically won the World Cup with Argentina off his own back. You'll get people who say, all them accomplishments Ronaldo's done is nothing like the accomplishments Maradona done. So it's a great debate. We should do a show about it probably. It is a great debate, a real true.
To be fair, that's why I said that. That's why I said that on a longer list than that. I mean, if you include more youngsters and that, you can't exclude them. I think CR7 will be in there, but from what I've ever heard, Maradona's nearly in. It's in a lot of people's list. I can't put Maradona in there, but that's just because I'm a certain age, innit, bro. Like, by the time I was age enough to focus on football and that, Maradona was sniffing cocaine, bro, staring into cameras and that. So he was, bro, just scared the shit out of me as a kid, bro. So
I must admit,
when I grew up in Italia,
a lot of these players, like same for me with Maradona. Like, I'm going off stuff that I've watched following the event. I'm watching games back that have already happened, so I can't feel the impact of them quite the same. So when I talk to people that have actually watched it live, it's like it's different, isn't it?
And
the funny one is when people say greatest goals and that, bro, because them ones you can't really like. It doesn't really matter if I watched it or not. And when men try and tell me that Carlos Alberto's goal was the best World Cup goal, I'm not having it, bro.
We're not having that. It's like the goals thing with Ronaldo, yeah. Like Ian Rush scored over 340 odd goals for Liverpool. But would you say he's a better footballer than Suarez or Salah?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
That's what
I would say. I would say Suarez is the best.
That's why this debate. This is why this debate who the greatest all time is very.
Cav's saying he wouldn't because he won't watch Ian Rush on it. That's the reason why I wouldn't.
Yeah, but
I've seen. That's what I'm saying. I've seen a lot of Ian Rush, because I've watched loads of Liverpool.
My dad. I could go to my dad for this, and he would probably say Rush was a demon in front of goal, but Suarez is a far better footballer. Sort of thing. And
I think he makes a good point there about Ronaldo. He said he scored 300 penalties. And that's the thing, but you can't really. Someone's got to score them. Messi misses bare penalties.
It's hard to take away penalties because he's an art still.
I think in the league, it's Les Ferdinand scored more goals than everyone without penalties.
Some people would say,
and Andy Cole, I think.
Some Liverpool fans would say Kenny Dalglish was better than Ronaldo. And Dalglish, I tell my dad about Dalglish. My dad will tell you Dalglish is the greatest ever. Full stop. And.
More of an argument because obviously the really did conquer all of Europe. It wasn't even
and like he basically invented that chip over the goalkeeper as well.
You know what it is though? Ronaldo is like it's everything though, isn't it? It's international football as well. Like he doesn't.
it's just it's
Because even when you want to do the thing about I played against bombs, but they won the Euros, bro.
Yeah, they won
Like
the
they've
Euros.
done it. They've done everything.
They won the Euros.
And the thing is about like his goals as well, right? Left foot, right foot, headers, bicycle kicks, penos, free kicks. We acting like he weren't scoring them knuckleballs from.
Sounds like that sounds like Peter Crouch you mentioned.
Yeah, but then he was going by people. He would run the ball up from one side of the pitch to the next side. You know, he, as we know, has got a lot of recognition because he mastered every aspect of his game. Like we can't overlook that.
I can't bro. If I'm honest, bro, the Ronaldo thing, it seems to be like a personality thing. I'm not even joking. Because even my missus is like it. She loves Messi, innit? And she can't stand Ronaldo. And I'm like, sometimes I look at him, I'm like, but what is your problem? Like, just because he celebrated like that, just leave him. It's not affecting you, man.
That is true. I can't stand Ronaldo. I think he's a prick.
See, there is a certain thing about him that, like,
I think Messi's a prick as well. But
why do you think Messi's a prick? It's lovely.
I bet it's a prick in there somewhere.
Who do you like?
Messi's so nice. To be fair, my missus only changed her mind a little bit when we watched the Ronaldo movie, which is a documentary, but whatever. And then she saw it then. And then he done something at the Euros again, and she pissed.
Right, I've got one for you. This is Liverpool channel, yeah? But I think Wayne Rooney was an exceptional footballer, right?
Incredible.
Was Ronaldo much better than Rooney?
Yeah.
At Man United?
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
On the 24th of December.
I don't think in their Man United careers, I don't think Ronaldo, because you're saying that, but Rooney's the Man United's top ever goal scorer.
Did Ronaldo get Ballon d'Or though?
But this is what I'm saying about goals. Everything's deceptive.
No. That Ronaldo's not goals. That Ronaldo is the best Ronaldo.
Because he got 700 goals, but I just don't. I think it's so.
If you're talking about them at Man U though, and nothing.
No,
else,
that's what I just asked. I said who was better at Man United, Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo at Man U before he got shipped off. The reason why they took him to Real Madrid is because he was killing. He was destroying everyone. It was actually getting ridiculous. But Rooney's incredible though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's very. It's like here's a player that like Dennis Bergkamp. Not a lot of people talk about him. Yeah, not a massive goal scorer. But Henry says he's the greatest player he's ever played with, and he played with Messi.
Yeah.
So this is what
Henry didn't have fun at Barcelona, man.
No,
didn't have fun there.
You know, he still played with Messi, though. But this is what I'm saying. Football is so decisive. Like when you're picking your top tens of everything in football, everyone's going to have different ones for different reasons, and
that's what makes
the better argument usually is like. You can't do generations because the thing doesn't really exist, does it? Everyone just makes up when the generation is.
Yeah.
But you can do like decades or whatever and stuff. Because there was a part where your manager probably didn't require you to score loads of goals. If you just required you to be a playmaker and stuff like that, which was around the Invincible era where, you know, I wouldn't need you to require you to do this because our striker will score all the goals. And you don't need to do all that. That's where Ryan Giggs' stats were terrible. I think the treble season he scored 4 goals, but I know he's a bum now, but Ryan Giggs is one of the best wingers in football.
Yeah. Just like Zach was.
Yeah, people try to pretend like he was never. I'm like, that's ridiculous, bro.
No, it's good.
Stats weren't incredible, but he was dope.
There'll be a load of people in the chat that think like that. John Barnes is probably the best player they've ever seen.
John Barnes is my hero, and that's why I support Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah,
I love him. I've never seen John Barnes as well. John Barnes was arguably the best left winger in world football when he was at Liverpool. In 88, 89, I don't think there was a better left winger in world football. He's arguably the best player in the world. It's just that Liverpool were banned in Europe, or English clubs were banned in Europe, so he couldn't shake the European stage. But John Barnes is arguably the best player in the world around 88, 89. He was out of this world. It's the reason I supported Liverpool watching him. I've never seen anything like it. The way he moved. He scored 20 goals a season, by the way. We all talk. We all big up Salah for scoring 20 goals a season. Yeah, Barnes was doing this as a left winger for Liverpool in the 80s on terrible pitches, getting abused every second of the match, getting things thrown at him because of the colour of his skin, and still banging in 20 goals a season. It's just. That's what
there is a lot of people who get dismissed from, you know what I mean, recency bias and all that, bro. I try to be fair with it, man, because even when people try and like throw Trent in as best for, I'm like, bro, Danny Alves exists, you know, bro. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, and don't even try and bring up assists and that because he was getting all the assists, bro. So
Oh,
know what I'm
mate,
saying?
this might be a great debate show to do. Get quite a few people on and get everyone's top 10 lists and stuff.
John's just gonna bring Glasgow players in it and jump
and just debate about it.
Rangers players. He's gonna say Ali McCoy's is in the top 10, isn't it?
What if we do this? What have we got coming up? So we've got West Ham tomorrow.
We've got no time, Jamie. That's
I'm trying to think what's coming up.
I'm
trying to think what's coming
Time's a
up.
bit scarce.
We've got games every 3 days, and then we've got a World Cup.
Well, we've got a little gap between when the league stops and the World Cup starts, so maybe we can do it in that little gap then.
Yeah, let's do it then.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it in that little gap then, because I think there's like a week gap, ain't there?
We can all fall out then.
So yeah, we'll all fall out and not hate each other then. Oh man, that's great chat. And
Cav, is that H&M hoodie?
is that what everyone's asking?
Is that
That's what Ravi asked, man.
I'm not gonna be able to see it.
It's gotta be good.
Nah, I don't know what it is. Sorry. I will
I've got
find
big
out,
money, bro.
Ravi,
So whatever
and
it
I
is,
will let
Lindsay,
you
I've
know.
got something, bro.
I've got big money.
I've got big money, bro.
Ravi, I will when I take it off, I'll have a look, and then next time we're on stream,
Take
I'll
a
let you
picture of it. We need proof.
Probably Tesco.
H&M. Does anyone actually shop in H&M?
Yeah, me, bro.
I don't understand the sizes.
What do you mean?
Because for kids, because you're going there for the kids, they do these weird sizes for kids.
No, you don't know. It's got 3 different sizes on there. It
Yeah,
says,
I know,
it
I
says
want 3
UK,
different
Ireland,
sizes.
and then.
I just want one bloody size.
No, but it tells you on the card. It's got all 3 sizes on there.
I hate that. I just want one size. I get so
I'm
confused.
a plain shopper. I am, bro. I wear everything. I wear plain most of the time, and that. I'm in sports stuff all the time.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
rather wear a plain t-shirt. I don't want like my t-shirt with Gucci all over it.
Yeah, I'm
It's
trying to be stealth, man.
£100 shirt, and then someone just rips it off your back.
Yeah, I'm about comfort, bro. Told you, bro. As long as I got good shorts on, I'm good. Oh shit! And came back with the Saudi talk, bro. What?
There you go. Oh yeah, I did see that. Newcastle's Eddie Howe having a go at Klopp. I did see that. Saying,
Well, Eddie Howe had words to say. He can't
didn't
talk.
you hear what Eddie Howe said? I wouldn't behave like Jurgen Klopp because we have kids watching and family entertainment, and we should have a
Family entertainment with the
we
Saudi
should-
dons is
and we
hilarious.
should, and we should be, our faces and what we are, we should be better than that. We shouldn't be doing this, and kids will watch this and think that's the way you should be and stuff like
Is
that.
it okay for the players to do it then?
Basically-
Because the players do it week in, week out. But
Yeah. So basically, Eddie Howe and the rest of the world wants to be everyone boring and the same. So we just
remember, lads, on the
let's all
weekend.
let's all be woke.
Just remember on the
woke,
previous show, I said I
boring
wanted us
people.
to start being scumbags. Let's have it, man. Let's have them all against us,
have
bro.
it.
I love it.
I want it now.
Just get Anfield fired up. Get the Scousers fired up every week,
I
talking
want to
shit.
be the
We'll see
most
what happens,
hated
bro.
team in the world. I just want it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm fed up of hearing the rival fans talk about with media darlings. I'm like, have you seen the papers, bro? What are you talking
How
about?
could we be media darlings when we've got a certain newspaper that said horrible things about our fans and still come from to this day?
Got Martin Tyler talking shit about us, bro. Eddie Howe talking rubbish, bro. These random journalists I've never heard of talking rubbish. You know what I mean? So I'll cook them all online, bro. We didn't want it when I told him to F off, bro. He didn't come back.
Shouting out a linesman is worse than human rights, apparently.
The one thing about that shouting at the linesman was going, he's one of the greatest refs we have. I'm like, do you think that anybody knows the name of the linesman, bro? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You think Klopp was going to stop? And he's like, oh, nah, man, come on, man.
They're acting like he frigging slapped the guy and he's shouting in his
I know.
face.
What
and
about
it was for a split second because the geezer just was walking.
Masood, thanks for the comment, my mate. Cantona and Trezeguet were better than Henry.
Stop the foolishness, bro. Stop the foolishness, bro. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever say Trezeguet's better than Henry again in your life. Bro.
We can allow the Cantona, but
Bro, you can talk about Cantona if you want, bro. But I'm telling you, that Trezeguet thing is
Cantona was quality, but
yeah, he was a baller,
Yeah.
bro.
Trezeguet,
He's a great character as well. I love Cantona.
Yeah.
Bro.
Cantona's hilarious. It's
Can you remember that
funny.
speech? You remember that speech he did? And he's
Oh, when
It
the
was a
seagulls
few-
follow the trawlers.
It's a
Yeah,
few years
yeah.
ago now. I was like, what the hell is he going on about?
Anyone even know what he meant by it?
Are we talking about the Ballon d'Or one or the one back in the day?
No, it might have been the
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or one when he started
The
talking
Ballon
about
d'Or
the
one
bees.
was weird, bro.
Started
Yeah,
talking
that
about the
was
bees
weird.
and stuff. I was like, what is this?
And the
guy
camera
doing?
kept switching to like Messi and that, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know what it's talking about still. This is a bit... I think he gets quite disrespected, I think. Even Arsenal fans don't mention Vieira.
Vieira.
Weird to me. Because while I was growing up, I never thought that like 10, 15 years after, people wouldn't speak about him as being one of the greatest players.
Arsenal fans talk about Carzula or whatever his name was.
They don't talk about Vieira. It's weird, bro.
Santi?
Yeah, they love him. No, Arsenal.
Yeah, people love Santi Cazorla.
Arsenal fans love Santi Cazorla. What's that?
He's the same guy that got the. Remember that reveal he got the magician when he went Villarreal and got the magicians.
Arsenal fans absolutely love him. They love him.
Did they really?
Yeah, really do.
Yeah, they love him.
But they don't. They never really talk about Patrick Vieira. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Did he do him dirty or something?
Nah, I mean he went Man City, bro. But like that was the dead Man City anyway.
I mean, I
don't know why they love Santi Cazorla. Like he was a decent player, but do you think it's because he was he was Spanish, wasn't he? The next Spaniard after Fabregas.
Well, I think when they was going through dark times, he was one of their best players, isn't it?
I think he's their like cult hero, like Origi is to us.
They wanted him to be like the Fabregas, like 2.0, but
we know.
I think he was dope. Yeah. What is his name? Giroud. Is it Giroud?
Yeah, Giroud.
Olivier Giroud.
Yeah. No, the other one. Not Giroud. Diaby.
Oh.
Yeah,
and he was an absolute baller. But if you speak to Arsenal fans, they speak about him like he was there for 10 seasons, bro, with a 50.
Nah,
like,
they just go back to that game where he absolutely scored the Liverpool
one
midfield.
Goal. That one game, yeah,
that game. He don't get me wrong, he did score as that game.
He did,
but it was the only game. Like he was always injured all the time as well.
He got injured
he had terrible injuries. He did, man. Yeah, it's mad.
That game, I remember that game. He absolutely rinsed us, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy hadn't even played for like fucking 6 months, and he come back, and then he just fucking rinsed us. Terrible.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. But I'll have to see, man. I'll have to ask some Arsenal fans why they don't want to speak out Vieira, bro, because it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad, man. Considering who he was when we was growing up and that, like he was the Roy Keane of Arsenal, in it. They were the guys, bro. Roy Keane, Vieira, Gerrard, Lampard, and all of a sudden they don't talk about it. Goal! Eze
with a goal for Palace.
What's that? Right, guys.
1-1.
We are out of it. We'll be back. Oh, well, I'll be back tomorrow for the watch along for Liverpool West Ham.
Oh, yeah, just about to ask you, Jamie. You doing watch along tomorrow?
Yeah. That's Gabby.
Yeah. 7:30 kickoff tomorrow, guys. Just it's a bit of a weird
goal was 30 seconds after half time, by the way.
Jesus.
He showed a clip of Vieira talking to him in the tunnel, like he was threatening them, and then they come out and scored. So.
That game tomorrow should be a less on my heart than the Man City game. So I can do the West Ham game. Yeah, the stress levels for the City game's not good for me. So, guys, I will see you again tomorrow. I'll be live at 7:00 for a 7:30 kickoff. So.